Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Liverpool Avengers episode, ladies and gentlemen. We will make sure no controllers are broken on this episode. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you, please hit the like button. Please subscribe.
As you can see, people, I brought my lawyer on today's show.
No, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not his lawyer. People, I'm not his lawyer.
How have you stabbed him in the back already? You told him you're going to be his lawyer.
No, I didn't. Say wallahi then. Go on. That's what I thought. Oh, my word.
What do you mean? You said you're going to be his lawyer, bro. You said you're going to be his lawyer. It's not me.
His lawyer, bro.
I thought I started a retainer on you from a couple of years ago. Could bring you back in.
No, bro. No. I'm no one's lawyer. Especially someone who's just plain outright guilty.
Really? You know, Callum.
Don't try and turn this on to me. Speak to your boy.
What? I'm not turning anything on to you. I'm just saying I can't believe you stabbed him in the back already. That's
I've not stabbed anyone in the back.
That's your brother right there, man.
No.
Wow, he ain't your brother.
Doing a madness, bro. Do you know, I got tagged in it and I was like, why am I getting tagged in this? And then I saw the video and I was like, whoa. Keep your hands where we can see them at all times today, bro. Yeah.
Listen, I bet you he defeated Melania at the end.
I still haven't, you know.
Please don't play it on stream.
I don't plan on it at the minute, you know. Surprisingly, it's not me plans at the minute.
Yes, you know, just play a different game. You get me? Play FIFA or something. That way it won't be that. No, we can't see that video. No, we can't. No, we can't.
Do you know what the worst message I got on Sasti was? I got a message off Jamie Phillips, and I just knew I was fucked then, weren't I? The moment Jamie...
What did Jamie...
Hold on, wait.
The next show I'm on with Jamie, that's going to be like D-Day for me.
Can you even repeat what Jamie's message was or not?
I'll find it now.
Is it repeatable on camera?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to sound demonetized.
Tom, maybe have the PS5 controller above the desk next time, fella.
Hey, I know where Tom is. Like, listen, let's just be honest about this, guys. Yeah, no one ends the stream and immediately starts knocking one out. It is categorically impossible. Like, imagine like Callum. No, okay, I'm not gonna imagine Callum.
Why?
Imagine
No,
I'm not gonna bring Callum into this. I'm not. Imagine like you end stream and suddenly you just start doing something. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. I think he was actually playing a game and just repeatedly pressing one button, but because he put his controller here, his right hand was moving in a certain direction. Anyway, we're not gonna sit up here and analyze Tom's thing.
But people doing tactical analysis on it, are they?
Yeah, we're not going to sit up here and do tactical on the whole Tom thing for an hour. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Already 400 people in the building. Let's get the likes up, please. Let's subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. All of you, please. Thank you so much. We can't have 400 people in here. We ain't even 100 likes yet. Find some shame and like a video, please. And Callum, what are your thoughts on the Brighton game? Let's start with you.
Another poor game, man.
Have you ever seen the film? Have you seen the film about the Air Jordans with
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Was that Cal?
Cal, you're right, bro. You're good.
Has Cal just collapsed? Did the chair just give up on Cal?
What the hell?
Cal, you all right, mate?
Hi. Okay, cool.
That was
why do you challenge this community?
That was not me.
Why do you challenge this community? Yeah?
Wow, this is what we do. I see it now. I see it.
That was not me.
Why did you play that video, Tom? Why did you play that video, man? Why? Why did you play that video? Why? It's crazy.
Cal, know who the enemy is here, mate. Know who the enemy is. Don't kick a man while they're down.
That was crazy.
What have I done? I haven't done anything. It's just
Do you know
one
what's,
of
do you
the
know what's
clips
crazy
on-
about that? I'll be real. Shall I tell you what's crazy about that? That was a day after I had my foot put in a protective boot because I tore a ligament in my foot. So when that happened, my foot was elevated. I got caught between the chair, the floor, and the table. My missus had
So
to
you
literally
you
come
were
in.
like dangling.
So my leg was still up, and the rest of my body was underneath the chair and underneath the table. My missus thought I'd collapsed off camera. Matt was calling my missus because he thought I collapsed. It was chaos. It was absolute chaos. I can't
Is
believe
this
you found
true?
that.
Did you bet $50? No one will find the video.
No, don't be silly.
Oh, okay.
Don't be
Okateli,
silly.
don't lie.
Okateli,
My eyes
don't
lit
try
up.
it, bro. No, I didn't
Yeah.
bet anyone. I didn't. I had a sneaky feeling Tom would go and try and find it. I think I know who gave you the video.
I won't reveal sources, but
No, I know you. I know who it was though.
We won't reveal the sources, but we got the video anyway.
You did.
the thing is, Husam thought there was a longer version which carried on. I think that was just kind of it. I don't think it carried on much longer after that because, by the sounds of it, you couldn't get back on camera.
There. No, I got back on there. I don't want. No, I'm not going to say anything else. Yeah, that's the full version.
Mm. Anyway, tell us your thoughts on the Brighton game,
Nah,
brother.
F off. I can't believe you guys did that. You
Yeah,
got
I
me
do-
perfect this time. I rate it. I rate it. Sam. I rate it.
I won't play it again. I won't.
No,
Unless someone sends a super chat asking to play it, then I have to respect the super chatters. Like
Oh,
someone goes like, no, but it's true. If someone sends 20 quid for me to play it, I'll play it again. It's normal. But outside
Okay.
that, I'm not gonna randomly play it. I promise you. You have my word.
fine,
Go ahead,
fine.
Habibi. Talk to people.
No, so again, another poor game, another poor performance. Our goal came from a mistake on their part. Their goals came from mistakes and bad defending. We didn't deserve to win the game. Mamadash really, if we're going to be honest, kept us in the game quite a few times. Centre backs were poor, just pathetic. I think the only players that I believe can leave that ground with their head held high is Kirkes, Mamadashvili. I don't think Sobo was poor, but he weren't great either. It's just bad. Like the substitution of Ekatike for Jones made no sense to me at the time. Still doesn't make sense now. Yeah, it's just a weird all round, man. Weird all round.
I won't make it my intro, bro. That's crazy. You want my intro
I
to
think
be
Locatelli has an out
falling
for
off
you
a
here,
chair?
Cal. I
Yeah, you
think
can.
Locatelli has
I'm
an
not-
out here for you. He's had to take 50 quid off you by saying you made a bet you didn't make. And he's now asking people to use that as an intro.
Yeah, make it your intro is crazy. You guys know, like, you want my start to every stream to be Callum
That's
falling off a
Crazy.
chair.
If you did that, it's a generational war after that.
Yeah, like, it's mental, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I can't help but feel if Sam did that, Cal might end up just the place like a display picture with the bald one from the Bellingham stream. That's the situation we'd be in.
Yeah, I think you're crazy, bro. That's mad. The thing is with the Brighton game, guys, you know, we suck. We just do.
But sorry to cut you. I'm not surprised by it either. Like literally after we won a
Yeah, yeah.
Galatasaray game, I was just like, it doesn't mean much.
Yeah, that's why
That's a
even in my
14.
title, I'm clearly being sarcastic. Oh, breaking news: Liverpool lost again. You know, I'm getting to the stage like I said this in my match reaction, bro. Like I actually hate this team. I despise some of these players. I hate the manager. I'm sick of watching them play football. And I always say this, you know, I'm very respectful towards match-going fans. And some people drove like 7 hours to end up in Brighton just to watch that garbage right there. Like, I just don't think, like, that's such a disrespectful. For me, the worst part of the whole game is the fact that Brighton weren't even good. Brighton weren't even scintillating, pass it around the back, Brighton, nothing. Like, they were all right. We've seen Brighton play 100 times better than that. But we still ended up getting slapped. Even we're legitimately pathetic. Like we're actually legitimately pathetic. I hate watching Liverpool play football. I actually hate it. Like honestly, because 3 hours later We were doing Everton Chelsea. We were laughing. We were having a great time. We were watching Chelsea fans cry. It was incredible, you know. And then even the day after, we were having fun doing the watch along for Wembley. Everything is great, alhamdulillah, on YouTube, except watching Liverpool play football. That's the one thing that's just like, it feels like a chore at this moment in time. And it's so irritating. And it's so annoying. It's actually so annoying to watch Liverpool play football. And Mamardashvili really saved us. He really did. He just saved us. And the team played like crap, you get me? And our defenders, our both center backs, I thought had stinkers on the football pitch. They were absolutely stinky, both of them. You know, the midfield didn't really have control of the game. Subslice had a bad game again. You know, Gravenberg, Callister. It's just, and then you watch Cody Gakpo. You know, with Cody Gakpo, I'm trying my best because I said, guys, the one thing I've learned from this Ramadan is to not swear. I haven't sworn. In 35 days. I haven't said a bad word. I just want to say, like,
Oh, are you sure about that?
yeah, I haven't said a bad word.
Okay.
I haven't said like the F word or anything, or the B word, none of this. Okay? I haven't said any of them.
Big up, man.
Thank you.
Is
Watching
Ramadan
Cody
done now, by
Gakpo-
the way?
Watching Cody Gakpo play football is the worst thing, like, I think we've done since watching Nunes play football. That guy had got outpaced by James Milner, who's 41 years old, despite the fact that James Milner was behind him. James Milner was behind Cody Gakpo and still managed to catch him. Jamie Milner could be Gakpo's grandfather. James Milner was playing football from when I first started watching football. He was playing at Leeds in the early 2000s, Aston Villa, blah, blah, blah. Then went to Man City, then went to Liverpool, then won everything, then went to Brighton. He's like 41 years old. He got outpaced by James Milner. It's like a level of insanity I just cannot accept. He's so bad. And the thing, Callum said it, that I agree with. I don't like to agree with Callum, but I agree with him because he's being very objective today. I'm not just telling you how amazing Virgil was. Bro, Hugo Ekitike comes off. Let's be logical. Florian Wirtz is a flop. No problem. He hasn't hit our expectations. Why does Arne Slot make Florian Wirtz the number 9 that's making the runs in behind? Who told you Florian Wirtz is even quick enough to be doing that stuff? Florian Wirtz is the guy that you want on the ball with others making runs next to him. Instead, he made Florian Wirtz the guy making the runs. And then people come here and wonder, why do you want Slot out? Why do you want Slot out? Because of decisions like this? Because of decisions like this? Because of stuff like this? Because the logical thing is, Ekitike is injured. Okay, Slot. Me, Tom, and Callum, I'm speaking for them right now. That's not your fault Ekitike is injured. We all agree. All 550 people in the chat should agree. It's not Slot's fault Ekitike gets injured. Logically, Ekitike gets injured. What's the logical thing to do? Bring on Chiesa. Bring on Rio. And guess what? Just keep it going. Go like Wirtz and Chiesa up top together. 4-2-2-2-2. Let's go. Just keep it going. Exactly what we did against Galatasaray. At least Chiesa is a willing runner in behind. But instead, we made Florian Wirtz the runner. And that, for me, is everything wrong with Arne Slot. And he must be sacked. But he won't be sacked. So there's no need for me to come up here and just every week slot out. We're all slot out anyway. But he needs, like I'm getting to the stage where I'm just sick of it. And this inconsistencies with Liverpool is so inexplainable. Oh, it was only Galatasaray on Wednesday. Galatasaray are crap. Guess what? Brighton are crap, mate. Like, if Galatasaray played Brighton, it's not like Brighton would beat them 5-1 on aggregate. Like, Galatasaray would have a decent chance of beating Brighton. So, that's my thoughts.
The problem is the manager is the manager's got to go, because when so many players are performing so poorly, it has to be put back onto the manager as a be-all, end-all. But I can't excuse the players, especially in this situation, because it's like a basic, like how can we get dominated in the midfield by a pivot that has a combined age of 74 in Milner and Gross? Like they outworked us, they outfought us, they outplayed us, and we have guys who are on 200 plus grand a week and are in their physical prime, and they're getting outworked and outran by a guy who's 40, and that's not a P&P thing because Milner doesn't have more pace and power than Szoboszlai or Gravenberch or even McAllister, all things considered, even though McAllister's probably the weakest on that side of it. The end of the day is certain players just simply aren't good enough. It has to reflect on the manager, because to turn a squad that was a league-winning squad last year into the shambles that it is now, it reflects back on him. But certain players have just consistently failed to hit the levels this year in certain moments. There's been almost a lack of desire in certain situations, almost a complacency, almost an arrogance that we're too big for these games and it'll just come to us and we don't have to work hard. I mean, what is it now? Three games without winning the Premier League. We lost to Wolves, drew with Tottenham, which is arguably the worst of the lot, and then lost to Brighton. It's not good enough. And the only reason we are still in with a shot of this top 5 finish is because Chelsea are probably worse than us.
Yes, that's the only reason.
Like that's it. We're not getting it through our. At the minute, we're not getting it through our ability or our quality. We're getting it through the lack of quality of another team, which might not last.
I said this to you weeks ago. I said this to you. I was like, we keep on saying, Chelsea are this or Villa are this, Man United are this. They can't keep their form. Villa are falling off. Chelsea are this, Chelsea that. What about us? We never seem to take accountability for ourselves. I said this at the time. I was like, we keep on saying we're going to get top 5 because we've got quote unquote better team than these guys and all that. We've got a manager who's inept at setting us up tactically to be successful on a regular basis. One-off games here and there, yeah, that's well and good. Any manager can set you up for one-off games here and there to win, and you do it consistently. And this manager this season hasn't been able to do that. I hate to call out individuals in the team. And I know the centre-backs got crashed out on a lot, and rightly so. Frimpong was awful. Frimpong got battered from a defensive and an offensive standpoint. He was absolutely terrible. And I like Frimpong a lot. I like his energy. I like his personality. But every time I watch him, I more and more think, this guy is not a right back, nor is he a right winger. He's a right wing back. And I know people go, oh, what's the difference between a right back and a right winger? A lot of differences, namely system, etc. Like, you have to play these players to get the best out of these players, and playing him right back, especially against a player like Minter, who can match him for pace, is way stronger and seems to have way more about him, just made no sense to me. Gomez was sitting there on the bench. You take off Arne and you bring on and you move Gravenberch back into centre back again. Gomez is...
That's never worked, by the way. We've done it 13 times, and we've never actually won a game when we've done it.
I said this months ago, Tom. I said this months ago. It hasn't worked. It won't work. We had an argument about this, about me saying Gravenberch from centre back because he doesn't have the passing range is not going to help.
Mm-hmm.
Gomez is not a better passer of the ball than Gravenberch, but from a centre back position, you see more of the game, and if you're a centre back, you're going to be better at picking out passes. Gravenberch should be in the midfield to receive passes, not the defender passing to a midfielder. It's poor. It's poor. The whole right-hand side is a madness. Chiesa's completely disrespected, and he's lost all of his confidence because of this manager. Rio plays well, then you barely see him again. Like, you bring him on again in high-pressure situations to get a result when he's 17 years old and shouldn't be relying on him. It just stinks. The whole thing just stinks, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, the squad's not great with the injuries that we got at the minute. There are some holes there. Obviously, we had no striker, and Gakpo, we were effectively playing with 10 men with him on the pitch. But the certain things, like the in-game adjustments. One thing that he got right last year, one thing that Slot got right last year, should I say, is the in-game adjustments. His subs were quite good last year. His tactics in-game were quite good last year. He was good at identifying the problems that were being created and then adjusting to correct them. This year, it's like the complete opposite. Anytime he's going to make a tactical change in a game, I don't think it makes us better. And then sometimes he just doesn't even make the tactical change. I mean, you brought up Frimpong versus Minte. Minte was probably maybe a little bit lucky he didn't get sent off for the second yellow card.
Should have been sent off. Absolutely right. You're right. It should have been sent
But
off.
that didn't happen. And he just kept getting joy out of Frimpong. So at what point, even if you can't, you should have brought Gomez on. But he was a bit of a doubt for the game anyway. Maybe we just didn't want to risk it, whatever. It is what it is.
So it's cut you then, Tom. So it's cut you. I'm going to keep on saying it. Why not Calvin Ramsey then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should have done. But there's also the solution of just telling Szoboszlai to track back more. And for the next 10, 15 minutes, you're going to have to hold Frimpong's hand so we can stop them getting through on the left. Because everything was coming down that side and they were killing us. And it's frustrating because he's done that he did that last year. We played Bournemouth away last year and they were killing Trent. They were killing him. So he made the adjustment, and it wasn't Szoboszlai in this case. It was Gravenberch. He told Gravenberch to start wider and double up on the man Trent had. And Bournemouth had to change up where they were attacking from, and they had a real drop in quality for about 15, 20 minutes in that game. And then you look at what Slot's doing, he left Frimpong out to dry. Like, if I'm going through that game and I'm looking at the good players, or the players that perform to a certain level, you're looking at Mamardashvili, you're looking at Kerkez. Anyone else? I thought Wirtz was all right for the first 20 minutes, then went off the boil.
But I kind of don't speak about Wirtz anymore and I understand the frustration because of how much he cost, etc. So people do want to see a return from goals and assists. I get that. But when you actually watch a 90-minute game that Wirtz is playing in, you actually just realize that he's not going to succeed with this manager and around certain teammates because one, he gets the ball and they will just stand still and wait for him to do something rather than making runs. Two, no one else seems to be on his wavelength apart from Ekitike, Rio, and Isak in the few times he was playing. He's in a system where he's not going to succeed and thrive. Like, it's just simple as that.
Mm-hmm. He just doesn't. It's so frustrating watching him try and get on the wavelength of some of these. But I mean, the moment in the first half where Wirtz sends it through for Gakpo, and Gakpo's on his heels the whole time. Doesn't get onto it. Doesn't even show a desire to get there, and it's stuff like that. I mean, I don't get why he didn't. I know Chiesa today is now pulled out of the Italy squad due to a lack of fitness or whatever, but I don't know why he wasn't the one that was chosen there because we the moments that that what's his name Ekitike went off, we had zero in behind threat. None. The only run that was made in behind was the fucking left back. That was the only run that was made in behind. So I don't get why he didn't bring Chiesa or Rio on, someone who will run in behind and be that threat that the team needs. I don't get it. And it's just another one of them situations where I look at the manager and go, that was the incorrect decision. I don't get why Jones came on, to be honest, in the 5th minute. I really don't. I just think that sub was never going to do what you needed it to do. Especially when you played him in a weird position compared to it. It was just, I think he got an awful lot wrong. But again, I can't be all that surprised. I mean, we're in, 23rd of March. So we played something like 12, 13 Premier League games this calendar year. And we've won 4 of them. We've won 4 Premier League games in 2026. It's embarrassing. And like I said, the only reason we are still in with a shot at this top 4 or top 5 is because there's a team that's worse off than us at the minute. That might not stay the way it is. But I can't see us suddenly changing the way we are. I have a real worry that this manager and these players are almost half-arse in this Premier League end of the season because they're still in the Champions League and still in the FA Cup. So, God forbid we crash out of them. We lose to PSG over 2 legs. We, Man City, who just come off the back of a cup win, they knock us out the FA Cup at the Etihad. That happens, and then what? Because they've half-arsed it for a month. We're now climbing up a mountain again, trying to claw back in the league because we thought we were too big for that, too good for that. I've got massive concerns, and I just don't see how this manager can keep his job. at the end of the season. I don't know how he's still in his job right now. This is, you know what, you know my thoughts on whether we should have got rid of Slot or not mid-season. I'm now on the side of just you've got an international break now.
We remember, Tom. We remember.
You're now on the side. There's an international break now. If you can't say there isn't the opportunity to do it, and you can't say that we're still waiting to see something because it's not going to happen. He's not going to win this Champions League. He's not going to win this FA Cup. He might cost us top 5, and then what? Because of stubbornness, you've cock-blocked yourself from any other good manager because they're all going, I'm not doing a year in Europa League. I think it's a very, very dangerous game to play with them. Very dangerous one.
Agreed.
Hi, Matt.
What's going on, bro?
Big up, bro. What are your thoughts on Brighton? I know obviously you did the Coppish match reaction alone because they abandoned you, but how did you feel about the Brighton game?
No, big up Karen if they didn't abandon me. They didn't abandon me. And big up for showing up as well because you showed up there as well. Big up for yourself as well.
Of course I showed up. Of course. I just wanted to see the Virgil rating. I had to see the
I know
Virgil
you
rating.
did, bro. I know you
Yeah,
did,
when
bro.
he falls asleep at the back post, I wanted to go like, oh, Virgil's had a good game. He gets a 5 out of 10. Thank God.
We ain't gonna do that today. We're just gonna talk
Well
about
done
the
for
game.
the basement. Finally, Virgil is in the basement. I can't believe it. Virgil is on the basement.
How many
you
people
happy
were put in the
about that?
basement?
You shouldn't be happy about
I'm
it.
happy
Can I
about
just
that
talk about the
because
game before
finally
we get
you're
into
keeping the
this
same
again?
energy.
No. Can I just
Finally, you're
quickly-
keeping
and
the same energy.
before you lot have your this like passer or whatever it is, yeah. Let me just quickly speak about the games quickly. Am I surprised? No. I mean, one thing that annoyed me even now, Ekatike got a dead leg, right? And obviously we know how dead leg is. You know, Ekatike has gone to the France team, innit? Have you seen the footage of him?
Yeah, but that's to be expected. A dead leg's not going to last that long.
No, I know, but it just irked me that like you was crying, like didn't even put hand over face or nothing. Man can see you crying, like weak mentality, and then now you're going France and you're doing that fashion show, and but I just that needs to change. I'll be honest with you, and you know I've been the biggest advocate for Ekatike, but that's not kind of the players that need to be at this club, though. If I'm being honest, though, like,
Why? Because he was crying that he got a dead leg.
bro, he's crying because of a dead leg, crying.
But
bro.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know it's a dead leg in the moment, does he?
Bro, let me just. Everyone
All
knew
he knows is his leg
Stop.
really sore.
No. Even Carl, because I know Tom Milner's not crying coming off the pitch. Even if you have to come off the pitch, you're not gonna cry, are you? You're not gonna cry, bro. It's a dead leg, fam. It's a dead leg. Get over it. Because you never guess what, Tom? He got over it, and he's now playing for France, which we kind of expected anyway. These are the things that I'm talking about, and it stems through our whole team. We can all talk about the manager, but I'm sick and tired of talking about the manager every single week. Let's talk about some of these players and how they're performing. Some of them are so weak. They got outrun by James Milner and flipping Pascal Groves. Them man, they have probably a combined age of 70. Getting outrun by them two. Is that what you're telling me? Now, even though the tactics aren't great, everyone wanted the box midfield. We got the box midfield. We got it. And don't get me wrong, when Ekatike went off, there was no running behind. And like you said, Tom, and I agree with you, bringing on Curtis Jones made no sense because you probably should have brought on Chiesa, who I think is finished anyway. Or you bring on Rio. I wouldn't even mind Rio playing up front with Gakpo. I'm not even joking. Because at least it would have given us a way to exploit in behind, potentially. Do you get what I'm saying? Then you got to talk about how we concede the goals. Oh, my goodness. Kanate. This is one thing I'm going to say about Kanate. He does that too often. He does it even when he's in the channel and you'll get the cheap free kick. And sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. But you can't do that in the penalty area, my bro. This ain't the channel where if it isn't given as a foul, maybe someone might be covering for you potentially, but he does it way too often for me. I feel like that was way too soft. It wasn't a foul because Ekatike dunked on Romero, if I'm not mistaken, at their ground, and that was given. So that can't be a foul. So Kanata gets dunked on again. Terrible from him. Then the other goal was Virgil van Dijk falling asleep at the back post. Like two of our defenders who, again, I know they face a lot of criticism, maybe, or unfair criticism because they're having to defend so much. But these weren't like attacks that Liverpool should be scared about. These are attacks that should be dealt with. And big up Mamadou Philly because he's another one that kept us in the game. He made some good saves, some big saves that kept us in the game. Florian Wirtz, I feel sorry for him. He's doing all he can. He's trying to do up number 8, number 6, do everything he can. But again, the attackers, well, I say attacker. I don't want to single him out, but didn't have the greatest of games today either. Cody Gakpo didn't have a great game. So there's a lot of issues. And the problem is, guys, we've lost 10 games. This ain't going to be the last game we lose. So get ready for more losses, more pain. And for those people that believed, in my opinion, that we have a chance against PSG, cold. And for those of you that believe that we're going to win the Champions League as well, cold. Big up you, man. But yeah, go on, Sam.
The best part is just to say to what Matt is saying. You do realize as soon as we come back, by the way, best part, as soon as we come back from international break, inshallah, we're all healed, happy, safe, and healthy here. Man City away, PSG, and then we got Fulham at home, and then we got PSG again.
Mm-hmm. Call me crazy here, guys. Call me crazy.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
We will probably put up a better performance against PSG than we did against Brighton. I'm not saying we win, but we'll put up a better performance.
Oh, that's not a horrible take. That's a normal take.
Right. Yeah.
I actually agree with you. We will put up a better fight.
That's the only competition he seems to have an actual care for.
No, it's not that. It's just we have a small team mentality this season. So for the bigger games, quote unquote, the big name teams, we'll try and get ourselves up for. But the Brightons and those sort of games where we, in our mind, think, oh yeah, we can do this because we just beat Galatasaray quite easy. Those are the games we'll continue to mess about in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not saying we'll go against PSG.
Do you know what I didn't like as well, though?
I think we got smoked by PSG.
Do you know what I didn't like as well? I didn't like the way Slot was speaking after Galatasaray as well. The way, because he got out. Obviously, it was a very good performance.
When was the last time you enjoyed one of Slot's?
No, I know. I haven't enjoyed any. And he said, "Oh yeah," but I had a real concern with the one thing he said, where he was asked, is this a performance for you to build on effectively? And he went, "I don't think you'll see a performance like this again." I'm sitting there going, "Oh, whoa, why are we saying that? Why is that the mentality of we won't play like this again? Don't worry about that." It's like last year when Maresca was saying, "Oh, we're not in a title race." And then the mentality drops. If my manager's sitting there going, "No, I don't think we can perform like that again," the players' mentality must be shocking. I don't have much of an issue with the whole. I assume that someone will bring it up in the comments or something. The training time that we had before the Brighton game, because you weren't going to have much anyway. That part I don't have much of a problem with in that isolated instance. But the way he was talking about it after that Galatasaray game and going, "No, I don't expect to see this level of performance again." That really sort of wound me up, because you've got to have a better mentality than that. You've got to be saying we can perform like this again. We've got to go in with the same mentality. We've got to try and hit these standards every game. I think you might struggle to see this performance again because not everyone's Galatasaray.
I want to ask you guys about next season as well in a bit, but let me just do these super chats, guys. Big up to all of you guys. There's 820 people in the building. Thank you guys so much for joining us on another stream. Appreciate you guys always being here and always showing us love and support. Legit, thank you guys so much. And try to keep you guys entertained as much as possible throughout this international break. So please smash the like button, subscribe, and keep getting stuck in the chat. Keep letting me know your opinions. Big up to Sean. He says, "Hey, is that Tom Fiddle?" I will give Tom credit. His hands have been above the desk all stream long. So
Tom's arm was moving like he was doing a Harlem shake.
Mental, blood. Mental, blood.
Fuck's sake, that's a good one. You know what? Yeah, that's it.
T Diddy.
What's the name of the other thing? There was another challenge after that as well by a year. The mannequin challenge. That's the one I did at uni.
That's one I wasn't doing.
I did that at uni. The mannequin challenge. I actually got the whole department to do it.
I did it.
That was a fun time.
I did it at work for one of my workplaces as well.
I remember that. That was true.
That was a lot of fun, man. The mannequin challenge. Big up. People were outside back in the day. Now it's different. Been at shore since February 25 to watch this team. Since February 25, what 2025 you mean? Because it can't be just the last month.
Yeah, I
It
think,
can't
he means,
be.
I think
Yeah,
he
yeah.
means February 2025. That's what
Yes, I think you mean 2025.
yeah, there's no way he means only last month or a couple of days. Well, not a couple of days ago, but like a month ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it
no
can't be just a month,
yeah.
Roach Ruiz. I know you mean a whole year.
I mean,
Okay, fair.
the bigger question would be if it's only been a show since the last month. What were you doing in September to November when we were losing 9 out of 12?
Yeah, I think he means since February 2025. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up to Bharat. Shukriya Bhai. Big up Bharat. He says, for me, the Wolves game was when I thought the management would have realized the top 4 was in danger. The Tottenham and Brighton games haven't told us something we already haven't seen. I feel for Dom because even he's playing trash now. Listen, man. It's just at the stage where, like, for me, I don't think anything could have topped the Spurs result. I'll be honest with you. I think Spurs was worse than Forest and worse than Eindhoven. We're the only point Igor Tudor got in his tenure as a manager. They just lost to Nottingham Forest 3-0 at home. They literally just lost.
We also did that, though.
So did we.
We also did that.
Yeah, that's why drawing to Spurs at home is embarrassing.
No, but our actual loss to Nottingham Forest is worse than Spurs' one. At least they can turn around and go, we haven't had a proper manager and
No,
we've
I'm
had
not
man
comparing
injuries.
our loss to Forest to Spurs' loss against Forest.
Oh, okay.
I'm comparing our loss to Forest versus our draw versus Spurs.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, for me, that was by far the most embarrassing result of the
Oh, they
year.
will just go in the same pile of nonsense for me, man. They're all bad.
I mean, the thing is, like, how many? The only team in the bottom 6 that we've actually done a double over was West Ham, and they're probably the team that I was most worried about when we were playing them. And even
West
then,
Ham
we
will
had to rely
probably
on set
survive.
pieces.
Yeah,
But, like,
they'll probably survive.
Wolves beat us. Burnley got a draw at Anfield against us. Tottenham got a draw at Anfield against us. Forest beat us at Anfield. Brighton, mind you, they're up there now, aren't they? They were down there, but they're up there now.
This doesn't even sound real. What you're saying?
Leeds got 2 draws against us. Like, we've not played well against the teams that you should be beating. That's the biggest problem. The teams that you have to be beating, we don't play well.
Sam, I know it's your channel. I'd never come on here and disrespect your channel, bro. But do we have to speak about Liverpool? Like, we're all friends, bro. Can we not just speak about life and other stuff?
The problem is, given the incidents over the last 48 hours, speaking about...
I feel like that would be
life,
slightly skewed one way, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it wouldn't really be. That's
so,
what-
yeah,
I mean,
to
to
think
be
about it.
fair, what we can do is big up to Cal, because I did see Cal at the UFC press conference making moves.
Yes, well done, Callum.
Yeah,
Well
did you
done.
get picture with
Marab.
what's it? Mercab. Marab, that's it. I'm
Yeah.
saying Mercab, you know.
Yeah,
I was close.
really blessed.
Yeah,
Met
yeah.
quite a lot of the fighters. Met Paddy Pimlet, really cool in person as well.
Yeah.
Didn't get a picture of him or anything like that because I wasn't allowed to where we were, but it was good, man. It was good. Good event.
Big up to Arne bin Slot who says, play it, fam. Listen, if I make it available to every super chatter, we will play it 500 times today. So
Play
we're
what?
not going to play it. Listen, I'll give you guys a free option. Just get me
What?
to 500 likes and I'll
before
play it
the
again.
video.
500
again?
Listen, we
The
got...
video of
we
me
got-
falling off the chair, they found it.
They found it. No way.
Yeah.
No way. They
just
found
because
it.
you... Just because
He
you
was there,
spent
he'd
money...
seen it already, Sam. Don't try it, bro.
Of course I found it.
Don't try it because you haven't seen it, Matt. I just show it.
Because you haven't seen it, man, despite the fact.
video, bro. What are we doing there?
Listen, okay, I'll give
He's
the
in
chat...
the video.
Listen,
Bro,
Sean-
I was
Sean-
concerned. Yeah.
big up Sean who said like 20 quid or 500 likes. 500 likes is the free option. You don't even need to send money or anything. Just close the live chat, get me to 500 likes. We got 900 people in here. We get 500 likes, we're running that clip again. So it's on you. You get me, it's for free. Big up to you, Arne bin Slot.
Husam, can I? Oh, you're still doing supers. My bad. Yeah, no, we finished.
Yeah.
man.
I'll let you ask any questions you want now as soon as we're finished.
Cool.
Bharat says Brighton game was one where you're supposed to feel sympathy for Slot because of the injuries before and during the game. But his stocks have been so low because of his crap squad rotation and use of squad players, no one feels for him. Here's the thing, brother. When Ekitike gets injured and you're first substitution is bring on Curtis Jones to make him your 15th midfielder on the pitch. Like, no one's gonna feel sympathy for you. I'll be so honest with you. When Florian Wirtz is the one making runs in behind as the striker, no one is gonna.
We
No one
started
is gonna feel sympathy.
using Florian Wirtz as Gyökeres. I said it during the watch.
Like, I'll be honest with you, it would have made more sense to make Frimpong the striker, make him make the runs in behind. At least he's
we
got a bit of
started
pace.
making Florian Wirtz do shuttle runs. That's how bad
Yeah.
it was.
It's crazy. It's very crazy. I volunteer as panelist. Man, I'm so mad. I want to vent. Hey, Kenneth, I might run a call-in show. Or on Kopish might as well this Friday in the Kopish call-in show as well. So watch out for
Oh
that.
yeah,
maybe.
for real, yeah.
Yeah. Without first 5 league wins, where we would be? Dark. Hey, LFC Dan. Listen, I'm not going to call you out again, Dan, because I feel like my efforts over the last month on Liverpool YouTube, despite the fact that some people are attacking me and stuff, I'm okay with that, have actually been finally understood by so many. Now everyone is back to blaming the person who actually deserves to get blamed, which is Arne Slot. Because Van Dijk don't deserve to get blamed, and Salah don't deserve to get blamed, and any player, McAllister, Gravenberch, whoever. It's the manager that's making everyone look like crap. I'll take it a step further. I'll use a player that no one likes. I think Arne Slot is not even putting Cody Gakpo in a position to succeed. Forget our better players. I think he's making Cody Gakpo fail. I brought it up on the Friday show after the Galatasaray game. I put up Mo's heat map, Galatasaray away versus Galatasaray at home. One of them, he's closer to goal. The other one, his heat map is right wing back. That's why he looked significantly worse than the previous game. Salah at his best in his prime was a good dribbler. He was never an amazing dribbler or an elite dribbler. But this notion that just getting a dribbler will all of a sudden make us better. I actually went and looked at the numbers. The only difference between last year's wingers and this year's wingers is like 1.2 dribbles per game. 1 dribble per game is not the reason why Liverpool look like crap. Let's just be honest about this. So you could get the Doku, you could get the best dribbling winger in the world. That's not going to immediately make you better. It's not, because you still have the midfield balance issue, you still have the defensive issues, you still have the issues at fullback, you still have the issue at striker. It's so many different things that have been caused by Arne Slot. So me doing it to Van Dijk is a way to explain to the people that, like, okay, if I were to do this same thing that you do to Mo, to Virgil, it'd be a long day. And we saw it even in the Brighton game. Like, the player snuck him behind him for the second goal, and he just fell asleep. So yeah, that's my notion thing with this whole.
By the way, without the first 5 league wins, we would be in 14th position.
Yeah, but we don't know. Are we changing those wins to draws, losses?
Yeah, if you let's just say you from 15 points, you took 7 from them. You take half the points from you. A couple of them late wins turn to losses or draws. You take 7 points off. You sit in 13th and 13th.
Yeah, I mean, we did win those games fair and square, though. You could do that with any team in the league. If you take away,
we won it with aura. We did win it with aura, to be fair.
Here's the thing.
Getting 5 last-minute winners, practically 5 last-minute winners, Carl.
No, I hear it.
We did all sit there and go, "This is this is what champions are made of." Look what we could. But Carl, we used up our 5 aura moments in the first 5 games.
No, we did. We sat there and said, "This is the stuff that champions do," because we're not playing great, but we're still winning. But we didn't expect. We expected to go.
We thought we were going to go like that, though, innit?
Yeah, we're performing.
We just literally went like that.
We nosedived. Yeah, we nosedived.
Yeah, nosedive, but we never recovered.
I hear what you're saying, Husam, in terms of the manager gets full blame, and obviously I'm in that boat as well. I can't absolve these players in the same way what Tom was saying, like Matt was saying. I can't absolve these players from blame. Losing your jewels, that's not just down to the manager for me. Yes, the manager can help make you better in putting you more advantageous situations with tactics, but ultimately losing your jewels, falling asleep at the back post like what Virgil did, Kanai getting dunked on, Frimpong just being manhandled, for lack of a better word, Gakpo not being so greedy and actually getting his head up and looking for a pass when he can actually pass and do all these things. That's not just down on the manager. McAllister and Gravenberch getting run through like a brothel. Like, this ain't just down on the manager. Like these guys have to be held accountable as well. They're professional footballers. So
I agree with you, but you want to hear the truth?
they have to have professional pride.
But let me tell you the sad truth about football, Callum.
So,
you want to know the sad truth about football?
one
You
last
cannot
point,
sell 25 players.
No, you're right. But if I can see Szoboszlai put in good performances despite the tactics, if I can see Vert still try and create as many chances as he's creating, then I can't make excuses for your McAllisters, your Salahs, your Virgils, all of
But
these.
Vert hasn't been creating that many chances because of Slot's system, by the way.
No, in the sense of he's trying to, though. You can actually see Verts, he's trying to manufacture stuff on the football pitch.
Okay, but can I just use one example, yeah?
Hassan, before you do that, one second, just quickly. You're both right, and I'll tell you why. I agree with Cal, and I agree with you. Listen to what Virgil said after the game. When Hugo comes off and you look at the team, there was not a lot of runs in behind. That wasn't the issue why we lost, but it changed a bit of our game. When he made changes, the formation changed and the positions changed, and then you're asking different things. He's kind of indirectly saying,
Finally.
This manager's at Egypt, blood.
And that's why I'm
saying
saying about this is why I always say about his man management.
But no. I know that's more to help your
Virgil
point,
also didn't
but
speak about himself falling asleep at the back post either.
that's what I was gonna say. So even though this does kind of help your point, Husam, I still agree with Caldo. The fact of even when we're talking about, all right, we know the manager has set us up to not to fail, but not to get the best out of the players. Him falling asleep at the back post is not tactical. That's just Virgil switching off. But you know what? I also feel that comes down to a bigger situation. That's more to do with players are starting to seem very like disillusioned, very disconnected to what's actually happening. And it's kind of like
they're going through the motions until they get to the end of the season.
Exactly.
Yes,
They
that's
want
the
the season
thing.
to end.
Okay, let me
They're
defend
going through it,
Virgil
bro.
here.
Emotions.
I'm going to defend Virgil here, okay?
Okay,
So see
go
if I
on.
get pleased in the chat. I think football is a domino effect. It's not just a matter of 1 + 1 = 2. Yes, Virgil does fall asleep at the back post, but the domino effect is like, okay, the team changed. We're no longer making runs in behind. Our center backs now have to defend more. Our midfield is getting run through. We have no outlet. So now they're asked to defend 15 times per game instead of defending 5 times per game. Therefore, more susceptible to make a mistake. It's a domino effect. My thing is with this whole like slot thing, yeah? We all here do shows with rivals. We all do shows with Man United fans, Arsenal fans, whatever. Think of everything Man United fans said about their players pre-Carrick. Let's just be honest.
I agree.
When Ruben Amorim was there, the only player that Man United fans were bigging up was who? Bruno Fernandes. That's it.
Yeah.
They didn't big up anyone else. Didn't Cunha go like 10 games without GA and all that even?
Bro, remember
Amorim?
Casemiro should have retired.
Casemiro or leave football before the football leaves you. Okay. Carrick comes in, and as soon as Carrick comes in, oh, shock horror, even the likes of Maguire look good again.
But can I say something though? Us as a fan base, let's be real. If we were a Man United fan base and we were told we were getting Carrick, a lot of the fan base would have crushed out.
But that'd be the equivalent to say Gerrard, though, Carl.
I know.
Well, not Gerrard.
And what's happened?
No. But when I think when you mentioned Gerrard, when did you first mention? Was it like November, December? I think
Either November or October, one of the two.
Yeah, like you said it quite early. I do think at that point, this is my opinion, not everyone else's, just mine. I do think it was a little bit early for that at that point because I didn't think it could get
like January, Matt, because people still not on board with.
Yeah, but you know what it is though, Carl. That's more due to the fact of I think all people kind of remember is Gerrard not doing great at Saudi. So it started off well. I think it skewed the vision, but again. You never know. Just because it went well with Carrick, you don't know if it's going to go well with Gerrard. It's still a gamble. We don't know.
100%.
Carrick could, yeah.
But the reason I say that is I look at Michael Carrick at Man United. He's not doing anything like amazing with tactics from what I see. There's nothing amazing. I don't sit there and go, raw. Carrick's tactically a genius, or the players are working harder, they're running harder, and seem more motivated. I went through. I think me and you were on a show, Matt, and we went through it. And out of most of the games played this season, I think maybe only 2 or 3 games out of the whole season, we've outrun our opponents.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
two.
not a tactical.
It's 2. It's Burnley
two
away,
games, right?
and it's Burnley away, and it's Tottenham away. And Tottenham away is caveated with the fact they were down to 10 men for
Down
over
to
a
that.
half.
So we on the street. We do it on one of these shows then. Because I literally remember going through all the games and actually reading through, and like we'd just been outrun by all these teams. That for me is a motivation issue as well as a tactical thing. Because he's
agreed.
Yeah. I think who said Ralph Ragnick? I was listening to a Redmen TV podcast, and they were saying Ralph Ragnick said something when he was at Man United and said, "You can't press a little bit."
You're listening to who?
Redmen. I don't have an issue. I know you guys have got a little beef. I don't have an issue with them. I'm cool.
Have you ever seen the film? Have you ever seen the film about the Air Jordans with?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Was that Cal?
Cal, you're right, bro.
Cal, you're good.
Has Cal just collapsed? Did the chair just give up on Cal?
What the hell?
Cal, you all right, mate?
All right.
Yeah, go on.
Do you know what? Yeah, that was dark. Just quickly, Sam, because the super chat was still on screen when you played the clip, did you see the concern in my face? That was the first part. Quickly play. I know it sounds bad, man. Play it again, but take off the super chat. Sorry, Cal.
Whoa!
Play it one more time.
Let me read this.
It's cinema, bro. No, but we got to read just quickly. Did you see the concern?
That's your brother, Cal. That's your brother.
No, but it was. I was just.
Okay, listen. I understand.
So Ram was kind of like half laughing. James was a little bit unsure. Did you see, bro? I literally went, Cal, you're right. You should. Bro, I was proper panicking. Not all jokes aside, you have to do that. But genuinely, I thought.
Play it again to double check.
No. All jokes aside,
Milos and Hugo have looked value at money. If FSG want to get full value, and Frimpong is not under slot, waiting for FSG to clock this. And nice to see Thomas slot out. Brother, Tom's been slot out for time now. He's been slot out for time. You know? Do you want me to play it again, Matt?
No, I was only joking. But all jokes aside, did you see the concern in my face?
If you want to do it, just do it, bro.
No. He said it.
Remember, I called
Cal, he was only joking, but he was doing the full. Run it back, guys. Run it back.
But I called the yard. It was buff. I was concerned.
Yeah, he did. He did, to be fair.
Remove the first five games.
It's mad.
34 points in 26 games, 1.3 points per game, 9 wins in 26, 1 win in every 3. We would be in a relegation battle. Deluded who thinks we will win the Champions League. Thank you, Dharm, despite the fact you call me out in all the other chats you're in. Sorry, what? Oh, yeah. People think I don't know. I've taken mental notes of everyone who's chat shit about me. Sorry.
I hear it, though.
What the F is that Tom segment about? Did I miss a stream? Big up.
Honestly, it's not.
I don't actually know if you can play that.
I don't think you can play that. I don't think you should play it. And I think it should get automatically deleted. But somehow, some way.
You would hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but you see how you lot found. See how someone found Carl with the chair incident, bro.
Yeah, Tom's one is not hard to find.
Yeah, probably
it's not hard to find my one. Look it out. My one's
it only has about 600,000 views.
And
my one's already went round on Twitter.
Well, someone said this, Matt. Have you seen? No, first of all,
yes, I'm saying, Matt. I got tagged in it.
Bro, someone said, have you seen the Tom video? Is Tom all right? Matt, what the heck is going on? Matt, you need to speak to Tom. I'm like, what's going on? Bro, and then I'm getting atted. And then when I see bro, I say, brother.
Well, I'm all right though, Matt, because my lawyer agreed to represent me still.
I'm not your lawyer, bro. I'm not your lawyer. I'm not your lawyer.
We ran it back.
No, we didn't run anything back, bro. No, I'm not your lawyer, bro.
Tom is a madman.
Can I just what I say regarding the press?
Look what Liverpool's done to us, bro. That's crazy. Done to him.
I had to get some joy, didn't I, Matt? I had to get some joy.
Ralph Ragnick, when he was at Man United, was saying you can't press a little. You either press fully or you don't press at all. If you watch Liverpool play, there is no pressing triggers. There's no cohesion with the press. Everyone keeps on going, if we had Núñez, it would be a different season. If we had Diaz from a pressing standpoint, it would be a different season. It wouldn't. Pressing is tactical. It's nothing to do. I won't say it's nothing to do with athleticism. Bobby Firmino wasn't as fast as Luis Diaz or Darwin Núñez, but they both pressed not anywhere as near as good as Firmino. Mane and Salah, they're physically gifted in terms of pace and all that.
Yeah. Mane was fake at pressing.
Mane and Diaz, when it comes to pressing, is night and day.
Yeah.
Darwin and Firmino is night and day. So for everyone saying, if we had Núñez, if we had Diaz, again, from a footballing standpoint, he would have helped us more than Gakpo left wing because he's just a better footballer. But the whole Núñez thing with, if he was here, the press would... No, it wouldn't. You know why? because pressing is a tactical instruction.
Mhm.
It is worked on the training ground. It's not just you're fast, so you're able to press well. No, it's not that. There's been bare fast strikers who don't know how to press. Pressing is about setting traps, knowing when to and when not to use the triggers. I use someone who wasn't even athletically gifted. I tell you who was a pressing monster at Liverpool, Adam Lallana.
Mhm.
Adam Lallana weren't quick, he weren't strong, he weren't the most agile. But you tell Adam Lallana to go and press on the football pitch, and he did it better than everyone else. He was the trigger point in that Liverpool team. Another person, Felipe Coutinho, pressed like a machine. You wouldn't say he was gifted in terms of pace or anything like that. This manager doesn't have to coach the team to
Naby
press.
Keita used to be a pressing trigger for us. Naby Keita would be the one to lead the pressure
Yeah.
points. Naby
Because
Keita
we
has legs
set
way
our
to meter
team up
bits.
to know
No,
how to
guys.
press.
This is how impressed I was with us last year. Hassam, could you let me share my screen, Hassam?
I'm
Look
sorry.
at this.
What's Van Dijk's comments on training? What's he talking about?
We trained for 20 minutes
Hassam,
after the Galatasaray game.
Yeah, which is kind of mad. Hassam, look at this. This is what I used to do last year. Look at the press, blood.
How'd you get out?
This is what we was doing last. I remember I made all these. Cal, you know me, bruv. Every time we played last year, I went back and watched like how we was playing because obviously you're intrigued in what we're doing differently, bro. That's Darwin. That's R.I.P. Diogo. Rest his soul, man. McAllister. That's Soboslai, and that is Salah. Look at the press, fam. Look at this.
This isn't the thing is though, we had these problems. This isn't a good example of it, but the situations we're in at the minute with our lack of pressing quality.
Yeah. I've got more.
The problems we've got with our lack of pressing at the minute, they were a bit of a problem last year,
Yeah.
but they were masked over.
Big up Rosa, shoot. Big it up, Rosa. shoot, Rosa. Yeah, big up Rosa. Rosa said I'm
Big up
leaving here
Rosa,
with
man.
something.
There ya.
Rosa said I'm leaving here with something. I rate it. Rosa moving like that's
Hassam, look at this
department.
one quickly. Look at this one.
department.
I've got another one, Hassam. Look at this
At
one.
least someone enjoyed it.
Respect.
Rosa said, yeah, shoot.
Look at this one, Hassam. Look at this, fam. That was, hold on. So this is, it's not. So that's obviously Grav, Trent, Soboslai, Salah, Diogo, Diaz. Bro, look at this, fam. We don't do nothing even remotely like this anymore, you know? Not
You
even
know, Matt,
remotely.
it would be really funny if you go to this year's game at the Etihad and try to show us pressing away at the Etihad this season.
Do you know what? I've actually got the game. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 1 minute. I'll get it for you, bro.
Get it up. That's the real stuff.
Pause.
Why is management punishing the fans and the players? Slot does not seem to have emotional intelligence to handle the players, media, not to mention fans. I mean, yeah, Slot has been absolutely embarrassing, to be honest with you, with handling.
Yeah. Or did I
Can I
delete it?
ask a question?
I might
Tom?
delete it 'cause I
Not
got
to put you on the spot here, but obviously,
Wow.
fair enough.
Um,
Tom said,
Sean sent me a picture of
Tom said,
Callum's
F
new
that
chair.
guy. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Nah, that guy mad, you know.
Big
I
up
literally-
Sean, man.
I
Big up
literally was about to ask Tom a question. Tom was like, "No, f this guy." All right, cool. So,
No, we ain't gonna do this question. I have a question for you guys. Tom, what does the W in You'll Never Walk Alone stand for? Some people are saying something else now after that stream you got caught on. Yes, Thomas.
Oh,
You wanna
dark,
reply to that, brother?
dark.
Wow. Man said I won't even reply to it.
At least
Fair
he switched
stop.
the camera and mic this time, bro. So
Be careful, don't switch it on again.
yeah, please.
Or they'll clickbait you on YouTube.
Yeah, they were for us.
Yeah, they'll clickbait you. Be careful, Tom. Be careful.
Right, where is it?
Yeah. Anyway. Tom Van Dijk said there was hardly anyone at AXA. Is this
Where
true?
was everyone then? Where was everyone, bro?
But I don't even know.
Because all right, so we had the game on Wednesday, right? Which, in my opinion, I don't think was an exerting game. Like,
No, it
Liverpool-
really wasn't, bro.
So, all right, even if you go Thursday, right, everyone in the gym, but we're not going to do mad. We're not going to go crazy. We're just going to have a little bit of a recovery session. We're going to keep the team morale going. And then on Friday, we have a training session. But again, nothing crazy because we've got the afternoon early kickoff. What do you mean there was hardly anyone at the AXA? These are got jobs. But I finished when I used to work in an office job. If I had an event on a Thursday and it finished late, unless I booked the day off on Friday, I still got to show up for work on Friday. My manager wouldn't be expecting me to go crazy because obviously he's known I've got a late night the night before, but I still am expected to be at work. What the hell is going on? So what everyone just thought after the game thought was just like, you man. Catch you man on Friday, man. Catch you man on Friday. I'm
blessed, I'm safe. See
I'm going IB for a couple of days. Catch you man on Saturday morning, bro. Where are we playing? Bournemouth? No, Brighton, boss. Brighton. All right, catch you there then. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
I don't understand what happened.
This is a crazy super chat.
Hold on, 20 minutes, guys. We
had 20 minutes training.
No, put this into context, guys. You walk into training in your casual clothes. You go into the changing room, put on your training gear, go outside for 20 minutes, and then back inside, shower, and put those same clothes back on. Am I a dickhead in life? Husam, Matt, you man are gym guys. I go gym. Have you ever gone to the gym and done 20 minutes at the gym?
No, it's impossible.
Never, unless there was like an emergency. I'm not doing the 100.
Bro, it takes me like 15 minutes to warm up.
Oh, right.
Man's
bro,
doing
like 10
bro.
minutes of cardio, 5 minutes of lifting just to warm up your body alone.
Right. Yes, exactly, Sam. You got to get the heart rate going. You got to get a little sweat on so the muscles.
Yeah, and then you lift a little bit with lesser weights just to warm up your body.
That's a 15, 20 minute gone already. What are you doing for 20 minutes that you go, right, boys? Perfect. In you go, guys. Perfect. Great session. 20 minutes, bro. Come on, man. What are we doing?
I don't think it's
and
possible
to outrun by Milner and Pascal Gross. We let Milner go because we thought Milner's legs were going.
And it was our legs that was already gone.
Milner said, you not let me go. Run your brothers now. You let them go, innit?
Bro, Husam, if I ever show you, I wish if I was to ever show you how
15 years older than these guys.
City got out of the press. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't even believe. But I can't show you.
That was the worst press we've had all season.
Can you see it Husam, if I put it on in the background, can you at least see it in the background? Does that make sense? Without putting it on screen, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, look at this. I don't know if you can see Kyle as well. Watch City play their way out. Hold on.
It's going to be dark. I know it is.
Just watch this.
That whole 20-minute thing's already ruined my mood for the day. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I do need to hear that today.
Wow.
I disassociated myself with Liverpool doing the UFC stuff.
Bro, guys, I wish I could show you, but do you know what?
4 passes. And they were already attacking on the wing.
I kind of want, it's mad. I can't believe it.
Let me just read these two because I want to have a question for you guys about Liverpool's future. Tom turning his cam off for his me time this time. Big up, Tom, learning from your mistakes. Proud of you, lad. Is what red line after I guess saying. Yeah, big up, man. Obviously, Tom is learning from his mistakes and stuff. So. Big up to Fonzie who says, imagine taking a day off after goofing off all week. Also, Callum, kind of crazy. You're just sitting on top of an aluminum rod right now. Big up Tom. And I'm not going to read that last one.
Nah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Cool. Hey, Fonzie, that's nasty work. That last bit.
I spent more time at the Eid prayer.
Me and Fonz ain't even been beat.
We did spend more time at the Eid prayer, bro. Same here. Probably took longer to change than actually train. That's what I'm saying. Like, them meeting at like the coffee area and eating breakfast together probably took more time than training that day.
We trained at the Amex.
No,
What, the pre-game warm-up?
That was the training.
No, we had a 20-minute session where we didn't play, which wasn't very intense on the Friday, and then
What is a 20-minute session?
I've never heard of 20-minute training, and this is a big bad actor, yeah. 20-minute training. So so let me get something straight. Like Hal said, every man had their coffee
And go do podcast there, guys.
Every man's at Starbucks in the coffee bit. Have their coffees, get dressed. Then you just do a couple of kick-ups as you walk out, like you normally do. You have a little chin wag or whatever. 10 minutes has already gone by. Man starts talking. Then it's like, yeah, guys, we've got to go back inside.
I mean, the 20 minutes was long enough for Allison to get injured again. So we must have done something.
No, because you know what made it worse? I see Allison.
Do you know what it peeved me off? Why make me come in to do 20 minutes of work?
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep them at home.
But do you see why Virgil's kind of comments that's the most passive aggressive I've ever seen him speak after a game, if I'm being honest. That comment of about even he said something about have you not seen the quote about the amount of people on Friday? He said.
Yeah.
Have you seen the quote?
But hold on, again,
the Friday session didn't have the guys who started on Wednesday. So
not even to crash on Virgil. But I said this every time we win a game, Virgil's straight on Instagram putting up a story like with a
no, Cal. He's actually said I'm sick and tired of saying the same thing. He's actually, bro. This is a
stop saying
I'm not defending him, Cal.
But just stop saying it, bro. Every game, bro. After a game where we win,
but they're gonna ask him questions. But I think he's been.
No, but when
we
lose, man, it's crickets. It's crickets when we lose on Instagram. I don't see nothing on Instagram, but when we win, he's like,
no, Cal.
Support us when we're winning, support us when we lose. Like, bro, we're here, innit? We're here all the time.
This might be the most animated.
Call your manager out. Call your manager out
because my initial reaction is one of frustration. I think I've been repeating myself lately. It is a situation. I'm also surprised when I was on the training pitch yesterday and I only saw the amount of players that I saw, but that's the situation. So yes, it's tough, bro. Virgil's kind of being a bit more. Would you guys say like, Cam, I know you're annoyed with him, but wouldn't you say him even just saying that?
I'm not annoyed with Virgil. I'm just.
He's got no reason to mention about how many people was there on Friday. You know,
yeah, but
that's kind of like a.
From a
direct shot.
From a perspective of we've got so many injuries, I'm finding it difficult to understand why we've got so many injuries. I don't know
because we don't train. He's basically saying we don't train, but we've got bare injuries.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I just don't know with these lot anymore.
20 minutes. I've never heard it. I'm trying to think here. Even like you see our kids.
Taking my socks off and
see our kids when they go to school. You know their PE's at least about 45 minutes. Must be in it.
Say that again, sorry.
You know our kids when they go to school. You know, like when they have PE and stuff. Yeah, the boys, bro. I swear their PE must be about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, bro. They do football on a Saturday. That's an hour session.
Yeah, that's like my son.
Like
that's
our intense session.
Imagine getting there 20 minutes. That's like Kyrie, yeah, walking onto the pitch, doing his warm up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, guys, like that's it for today." Oh, this is what I'm paying my money for. 20-minute session.
I think I agree with you guys. I think it's absolutely crazy. Try taking my socks off and slots at home time. Crazy super chat. Big up to you, Aftab. Thanks so much for all the supers. Big up to everyone locked in, man. Big up to all of you guys. I want to discuss Liverpool's future. By the way, we're at 350 likes. We're 150 likes away from us playing the clip again. So big up to all of you guys. Let's get the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so, please. Yeah, I made it free, man. No one. It's just okay. Big up to everyone's support. I want to talk about like Liverpool's future because I've asked this question on the Friday show and on the Saturday show, so it'd be interesting to get you guys' thoughts on this. Slaughter's gonna leave in the summer.
Is he?
Richard Hughes is
that?
leaving in the summer. Possibility Michael Edwards is leaving in the summer. Big possibility 3 to 5 players, possibly some starters, are gonna leave this summer. Guys, are we looking at a rebuild again next year?
Yeah,
probably.
It depends on the new manager, I think.
No, but Tom, even if it's a new manager, what Hussam's saying is,
internally, we need internally. There's gonna have to be one because if all them guys leaving, you're gonna have to.
And again,
for a new sporting project.
Does that automatically scupper us for next season because that's a lot of change again? Like, is it another transition? Or we're just going to automatically assume that because we got a new manager, but things still aren't sorted upstairs, that we're going to be okay? This is what I want to ask as well.
I just think it's a case of The internal structure is going to have to happen. A new manager has to come in, new director of football, new head of football, whatever. I think though that the manager that comes in will impact the level of rebuild that needs to be done on the pitch. I think there has to be a minimum of 3 signings made, an absolute bare minimum. If you were to get rid of no one, and go, we're going to run this squad back with additions, and you told me you're keeping the same players and you just need to add to it, it's probably minimum 3. I'm definitely needing a centre back. I'm definitely needing a DM. I'm definitely needing a winger. Minimum 3. The question is how many more are going to be needed for the manager. So if we bring in a manager who wants to play with a certain type of winger, then we're going to need more than 3 because we're going to need 2-3 wingers. If we bring in a manager who wants to play with a back 3, we're going to need more than 3 because we're going to need to add 2-3 centre backs. I think that it's going to be very interesting to see the level of rebuild that is going to be required with the manager that we bring in, and whether, because there's going to be such an upheaval behind the scenes, whether the club looks at that and goes, you know what we'll do? We'll take the gamble now, because there was I don't know if we remember the negotiation, not the negotiation, but the rumours at the time about the negotiations with Amarim, and they said that we wouldn't do it because it'd need a £400 million overhaul because they need to buy so many players to fit his system, and they just weren't willing to do that with the squad they had. Now I wonder if, because of the state the squad's in now, because the squad that Slot inherited was it was well set up for the system it was in, and it done that for how many years now. But with the fact that you had the overhaul last summer, and you potentially talk about another overhaul this summer, are they now looking at it going, maybe we can get a manager now who wants to play a vastly different system and a vastly different way, because we're going to have this summer and this overhaul back, upstairs and on the pitch, to where we can justify that, where we couldn't do it in the past. That's what intrigues me about this summer. Are they going to bite the bullet and try and go a different direction tactically with the manager?
I think I understand what you're saying. I think it might be just a bit too much. Again, I've got a worrying feeling that Liverpool will probably, if we do get rid of Slot, try and get a manager that kind of play. Not when I say the same way, I'll just mean like maybe from a formation standpoint, because Liverpool probably thinking we don't want to have another crazy overhaul again like last year. But again, I could be so wrong, and maybe they do go another direction, because that's where, if he was to bring in Alonso, I think that conversations would have to take place. They would have to ask him, like, what would be your favorite formation? If your favorite formation is 3 at the back, then we're probably gonna have maybe a bigger overhaul than what we expected. Whereas if you want to play the 4-2-3-1 that you can also play as well, then the overhaul maybe won't be as great. Listen, work has to be done at Anfield. It's just frustrating that we had a massive, change of players last year, and you would have hoped that the stuff behind the scenes in regards to the hierarchy would have been settled, and then all we kind of have to do is worry about players again. But the fact that we've got to go and maybe potentially sort out sporting directors and head of operations as well as players, that is a lot for one football club. I'll be real. Like, I know people might not think that stuff doesn't matter on the pitch, but it kind of does, because that's what you got to think about: player contracts. You know what I mean? Like, are they expiring?
The thing is, though, Matt, they've kind of got to do it quickly, though, haven't they? Because of what they've done last summer, in terms of bringing in guys like Wirtz and Isak and pushing themselves down a different path than we had done for the previous 8 years, 9 years, where it was somewhat more acceptable to do a gradual one where you had piece after piece, because the expectations weren't there. Now, we broke the transfer record twice. We've upped our wage bill to a new level. We're trying to attract the biggest and best. So you can't attract the biggest and best and then go, by the way, it's going to take us 2-3 years to build the squad up now. No,
agreed.
They're going to have to stomach it and go, we didn't want to do it now, but our failures have meant that we've got to do it now, and we've got to push it through.
Because you can't not be, this is the thing, you can't not be in Champions League and paying these hefty wages. Like, Wirtz is on 200k, Ekatike is on 200k, I think Isak's on 250, Salah's on
Gakpo's on 250.
Yeah, Gravenberch is on 280.
280. Salah's on 400, Virgil's on 350. These are high wages. And what you're telling me that Liverpool are okay with them being on these wages and we're not in Champions League? And remember, clauses will be set by Adidas that we won't know about, that will probably say you get lower you know, for the next year, whatever. Even like obviously like television, like there's so many things that will start to factor in. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised, but not surprised that he's not gone, because Liverpool thinking or hoping that he makes top 5. The only thing that can potentially get us top 5 is if Chelsea, who lost, keep doing what they're doing. However, isn't there a part where if us or Arsenal get knocked out of the Champions League, the coefficient could potentially, does it go down to 4 or something like that? Or
it's set in stone now.
It's set in stone, so it's definitely top 5.
It's going to
Definitely
be 5 for England.
okay.
Yeah.
So we're even lucky we've got that. We're even lucky that we have that as a little bit of a buffer.
We say we're lucky, but we are right on. Do we understand that if Everton win,
I was just going to say
Premier
Everton and
League
Brentford.
game,
No, I know.
Everton overtake us.
Bro, I know how
Everton,
terrible we are, bro.
and then Everton play us like the next game at the Hill Dickinson.
And I'm not going to lie, we're not winning
We
that
could lose
game.
that
I'm saying everyone now,
be
spoiler
4
alert,
points
we are
behind
not beating
Everton.
Everton away from home. We're just not.
Like there's a real worry that even though there's 5 spots, we're not good enough to get the 5th spot.
So Liverpool, see, this is one thing I'm not doing again. We done it. I think it was like, was it 2 years ago now? Under Klopp.
When we finished 5th on the clock, 2020.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing Thursday nights again, bro. I'm just not doing it again.
Honestly, Thursday is such a bad evening for me.
It's the worst, bro. It's the worst.
Terrible evening for me.
It mashes up everything from a personal standpoint, then a business standpoint.
Sunday's meant to be my family day.
Yeah, because it now will be Sunday. It will be Liverpool play every single Sunday.
Thursday,
more
Sunday,
times
Thursday,
than not.
Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. It's
Yeah.
long.
To be fair, if enough teams overtake
Another
us,
year of
we won't be
freedom.
playing any midweek.
Right.
Like, that's the situation you're in.
Bro. I'm not doing it.
Because I'll be honest, I can do. You can actually find positives if you really search them in terms of playing Europa in Conference League. But if I was to ask you guys now, you miss out on the Champions League, would you rather miss out on all European football, or would you be fine with Europa or Conference? What would you guys say?
I'd rather not have Europe, because what would happen is the club would have to really take it, really understand that you can't mess up now, because now there's no Europe, there's no extra money from anywhere, and now your main focus is the flipping Prem, and don't mess it up.
The logical one is no Europe. There's a little bit of me going, why don't we just do Conference League and have a piss up in the Conference League and win every European trophy? But outside, like I don't want to do Europa. There's no appeal to me for the Europa League. There's no appeal. Conference League is just because I want to get a tick on the box and go, we've won it, and we don't have to see it again.
Is there not a way
European football's easy?
This is where you actually integrate some of the youth players, like Rio is going to get guaranteed game time. Trey gets guaranteed game time. If Machete's still here, guaranteed. Jaden.
No disrespect to those young players, Carl, but we're not here to sort of like.
No, I know, but I'm saying out of a bad situation, could these be?
Oh yeah, in terms of a positive situation, yeah, because then you could maybe unearth a gem, so to speak, in it, or someone that you didn't maybe think that was going to make it if we had Champions League football. But just from like a little, like what it is, we don't want to be thinking.
Standpoint, it stinks.
Say that again, sorry.
From a prestige standpoint, it stinks. And but here's the other conundrum, guys. If we then go, all right, we're out of all European trophies. Does this give the whole club an excuse to be like, oh, let's trim the squad down, and then we're back to like having a small squad, and then if we get back in Champions League, we've got to build up again. It's like the whole thing just stinks. The whole thing stinks.
The reality is we need to finish top 5. We have to get Champions League football next season.
I'm not confident. I'm not confident, and I haven't been confident.
I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure they're going to be, because you know what it was. Even that year that you're on about under Klopp, where we came 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Our form to end the season was 8 wins and 2 draws.
Yeah, I know.
And we can't put a run together.
Like the 2 draws were Villa, which should have been a win, and we got fucked over by a shit decision. And then Southampton last game of the season, where top 4 was mathematically impossible, and we were just playing all the players who were going, bar Keita, because he was shockingly not fit. So it was one of them ones where it was. We won 8 out of 8 that were important. We won 8 out of 9 that were important, should I say? Like, we did all we could do. There is how many games? 7 games left of this season for us. Are we winning 7 out of 7? No. Are we winning 6 out of 7? No. Are we winning 5 out of 7? Probably not. No. Are we going to win 4 out of 7? Probably not. No.
No,
I could see us winning 3. I could see us winning 3. Any more than that, I'm going into games not confident and I'm being pleasantly surprised by the result. So you're not even going to get the run to save yourselves at the end of the year. So our hope
we have
is
tough
that
fixtures
our
as well.
crap form is less crap than other teams. We're relying on other teams being shit, which is a crap way to be.
We've been
9 points from Wolves, Tottenham. Do you know? In fact, if we're taking 6 points from Wolves, Tottenham, and Brighton,
it should be 9, bro. Let's not disrespect ourselves even more.
No, because Brighton away is a tough game for most teams. Let's not.
All right. No. Maybe even 7, Cal.
Yeah,
2 wins and a draw.
I'm sitting there saying I think we get top 5 quite comfortably now, guys. But you see that run of fixtures where you've got Man City, then PSG, then Fulham, then PSG, and then you've also got, I think for the last 4 games, I think 3 of those is Man U, Chelsea, and Villa.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think last game of the season is Brentford.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got
early in
Thiago
the season.
And
for all we know, that could be a game with European qualification on the line.
Just like that. Remember that Klopp season where Wijnaldum had to score? I think it was in the
Well, first 2 seasons we had to get top 4 in the last day of the season.
Yeah, it probably could be the same thing again. But this time we'll be up against Sepp Vandenberg, who might want revenge for getting rid of him, and Kevin Schade and them boy, then Thiago.
Queeving Kelleher to have the game of his life at Anfield.
Say that again, sorry.
Queeving Kelleher to have the game of his life last day of the
This
season.
is Todd, you know, now that you said that, I can see it. You know, Kelleher will be like, "Oh, you lot didn't rate, man. You thought Mum and Dad's Villy was better."
No, Slot didn't rate him.
Yeah,
no, Slot doesn't rate anyone that comes out of our academy.
Bro, it's
it's
gonna be dark.
Do you know how funny it is that like guys like Quanta have gone to another club and look really fucking good because they're good players.
Shock.
Do you know what it is though, Tom? There's a bit of both in there. So I've always said this: for Quanta to be the best Quanta, because he wasn't getting game time at Liverpool, he would have had to have left to get first team football. That's the only way you're seeing this version of Quanta. I feel like if he stayed at Liverpool and the manager treated him a bit like last year and giving him a bit of minutes here and there, I don't think you'll see that version of Quanta.
But that was the wrong way to treat him, in my opinion. And I said,
no, you're right. I just think that
he's a good enough player to play
because. Yeah, no, go on.
Guys, why do we like the history on the players that left? Kwanzaa was a good centre back. That's it, nothing more. And Diaz was a good winger. That's it, nothing more. Even in
I
a
agree.
functioning
I don't think they were amazing, but they were good.
Yeah, in a functioning Liverpool team, he's a good winger. Nunes was crap even last season. Like this, like no one's gonna change the notion on the stuff that happened last year. We know who was good last year. Okay, the one that was by far better than everyone else was Mo. Van Dijk was amazing last year. Alisson was amazing. McAllister was amazing. Gravenberch was amazing. Trent was amazing. Trent was amazing. Konate was amazing. Yeah, I agree with that. But like not just because they left us, like all of a sudden, like it's just I don't like to do that. I in the summer when I was asked on Kopish, actually I was asked this: would I rather keep Diaz or Gakpo? I said I'd rather keep Diaz. I have no problem saying that. I think Diaz has more to his game than Gakpo does, but I don't think it's a matter of like just like, oh, this guy left us and etc. etc. I think the football has a domino effect, in my opinion, and I don't think these players are convinced by these managers either. Like, forget us being convinced as fans. I think the players ain't convinced, bro.
Agreed.
That's why when I ask you guys, like, are we in a rebuild next year? You do realize you guys saying yes could be the beginning of the end of a lot of these things that we're talking about. Because
agreed.
We didn't sign Florian Wirtz to transition and rebuild. We didn't sign Alexander Isak to transition and rebuild. Guys, we're all smart people here.
Yeah,
we've been watching football for a long time. Callum and Matt have been watching it even longer than I have done. Obviously, I've watched it longer than Tom, but Tom still, even himself, watched football for a long time. You don't pay £120 million for Alexander Isak to transition and rebuild for 2 years in a row.
No,
you simply don't.
It's a win now. It's a win now situation. If you're spending that money, you're not saying, oh, 120 million and we'll just see, we'll give it a bit of time. No, you're spending 120 million because you believe you can capitalize right now. That's why you've taken that calculated gamble. That's what it is in football. You've taken a calculated gamble.
It's not even just that as well, Matt. You don't give Mohamed Salah the biggest contract in your football club's history and Van Dijk £300 a week if you're going to spend the final 2 years of their Liverpool career battling for Europa League.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
The PR.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, bro.
I was just gonna say quickly, the PR came in so quickly because I don't know why they're trying to protect this manager, but they just need to come out and say it failed. What we tried to do, it failed. None of this PR stuff about it's always going to be a transition. No, you spent the money and a lot of money because you thought that you could just replace the players pretty easily, but the problem is you didn't replace all of them. That's one thing we kept on saying as well. We did say like there's holes in the squad. You haven't replaced all of them. You spent a lot of money, but you haven't replaced some of the players that left. But therefore, Liverpool still went ahead with the season thinking we have enough to go and win trophies. No one can't tell me that the board sat up there and thought, we spent all this money, but it's a true say we're going for transition. Let's give it a couple of years and then we'll see where we're at. No. Don't let the PR fool you. Sorry, Carl, we can say, bro.
Yeah, no, I was gonna just off the back of that. You only have to look at Man City. Man City have pretty much going for a rebuild, but they're still competing for the league. They're still winning a trophy. Like, make no bones about it. City spent a lot of money. Like, we can wax lyrical about what they've done in terms of like the shady business, but make no mistake about it. New left back, Mateus Nunes is effectively a new right back. They brought in a bunch of centre backs. They brought in a midfielder who is seen probably as the heir to Rodri, Semenyo, like Shirky. Like, they bought in players. Marmoush last January. So like.
Yeah,
competing for a transition.
Gonzalez,
there's no excuse. What I will say is, if we qualify for the Champions League and we don't, there's going to be two lists of targets: one for the Champions League and one for without Champions League. Right now, if we're looking at players like Olise and Craver and Schlotterbeck and all them, write those off, because if we don't get Champions League, we ain't even going to think of going for those players because they'll laugh at us. We're going to be looking at your Minters and your Nooses and all those sort of players who aren't rubbish players, but they're not the same level as your Elises and your Cravers.
Yeah.
So it's going to have.
And by the way, like Minte played well against us, but that's not a measuring stick for me because the likes of Perisic had a good game against us. With all due respect,
years ago. I keep on going back.
Perisic had a good game against us this season for PSV Eindhoven.
Yeah, against PSV. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, brother. He's 40.
Adio, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm saying having a good game against us for me is not a measuring stick because I watched Minte stink it up away at Old Trafford. Minte is not a good player, like, for me. I wouldn't take Minte.
Need another right back. I hate to be that guy and say it. We need another right back. I'm not even saying it's Frimpong and Bradley.
The reason why we need another right back is not because of Frimpong is not good enough. For me, it's because of Bradley's injury record. That's a bigger reason.
As a right back, I'm talking about from a defensive standpoint. Do you trust Frimpong throughout the course of a season?
Yes, I don't think he's done. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's done much wrong this season. Like, defensively,
I'm with Husam. That's his worst game, and I feel like there was always going to be a game we have a really bad one. But other than that, he's actually been pretty good. Kyle. So
I like Frimpong, but
it's something.
He wouldn't be my starting right back if I had my choice. I would go.
Maybe not, but you know what's so crazy, Carl? I know Minter had one, and Minter wasn't amazing. Minter was just like very effective, but Minter had a very good game against Frimpong. I think Bradley might have been worse potentially. Obviously, it's hard to say because Bradley, I think,
Bradley's all right against quick wingers. Doku caused Bradley problems, but Bradley's dealt with Vinicius twice. Bradley can deal with good wingers before. Conor Bradley's problem is.
This is my point, though.
Is his injury history.
Yeah, his injury history is dreadful, Conor.
No, true.
Like, I'm going to use Jed Spence. I don't think Jed Spence gets batted up by Minter like that.
I agree. Do you know another one who doesn't, Carl? Another right back that one of you ones you said, Olise. He doesn't get batted like that either, you know.
So,
but the problem Frimpong had against Minter was Frimpong this season has been pretty solid defensively on the basis of when players try and knock it past him, he's just quicker than them. So they try and knock it past him and he picks the ball up anyway. The problem was Minte wasn't as quick as him.
Yeah.
And stronger. So when it came down to chasing the ball down and they're battling with each other, Minte's bullying him and knocking him off the ball. And
how many times has Frimpong actually played right back this season? I'm not even trying to take the mick. How many times?
Not. I could check now quickly.
I'd say it's about between 10 and 15. I'd say.
And that for me is the problem with Slot's man management.
I don't think he's even played that amount of times.
But you know what's so crazy, Carl? That's kind of an indictment.
Do you want starts? Do you want starts or just appearances?
Started at right back. If we can, we might not be able to get that.
He's made 18 appearances as a right back this season, but I don't know how many of them were starts. So one.
That to me doesn't even sound like it. I can't remember him playing 18 games at right back.
So I'll list these games for you. Atletico Madrid,
Yeah,
Uh,
very good in that game.
at home. Frankfurt away. He started the game and went off injured inside 90 minutes. Marseille away.
Didn't he come off in that game as well?
No, he
No, he
actually
got the
played the full
assist. He got
90.
the assist in that.
He got the own goal, didn't he?
Hold on, Tom.
He's
How many
doing
times
goals.
did you say he's played? He's played at
18.
At right back.
Yeah,
That's
that's not starts. That's not starts. It's just appearances. I'm going through his starts now.
This is mixed. I'm on transfer market. Maybe I'm
So-
looking. It says position played. It's got right back 10, right midfielder 3, and right winger 2.
Yeah, you're looking
Why
at
was-
Premier League only. I'm looking at all comps.
Even that doesn't. Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Yes, yeah. That's just
So
yeah.
all the starts at right back were Atletico Madrid at home, Frankfurt away, Marseille away, Galatasaray at home, Bournemouth at home. His next start at right back was then Wolves at home. So it took from the first game of the season to the 27th of December to start another game at right back. Then he was right wing 3 games in a row. Started next to Burnley.
And that Bournemouth
right
game,
back.
actually, when he was subbed off for Endos when we lost control down the
So I
top.
don't even want to
Uh,
sound like a
He
broken
started the
record, but-
Burnley game. He started the Bournemouth game. Missed the next 4 to a hamstring injury, and started Wolves, Tottenham. He started Tottenham as a winger, didn't he? Sorry, so it was Wolves and Brighton. Started the Community Shield as well. Started the FA Cup game against Barnsley and played the full 90 at right back against Southampton.
Frimpong is not the most technically gifted player. We understand that, right? But I just feel like every single player, like we're crashing out on saying that they're just like they're being terrible, but it's no coincidence that we're having obviously a terrible season and the players that disillusioned.
No, Matt. Sorry, I want to be clear. I don't think Tip Frimpong has been terrible. I'm just saying from
No.
what
But I just feel like like for example, like even though we I've been cussing him saying like I terrible. Been like, let's give an example like Gakpo. Like, I understand like Gakpo, he's having like his worst season, but I have to say like for Gakpo to be like this compared to last season is quite dramatic. Even if you still feel like he played the same last year, which he did, but it's such a dramatic. Even Salah, Virgil, I'm not like absolving blame from the players. I'm not doing that. But what I am saying is that there's no coincidence that we are so fed up with this manager, and at some point it's going to have a knock-on effect. It's like being at work. If your manager keeps having a go at his staff all the time, the work environment isn't going to be great. And when people walk into that office or whatever, they're going to notice that you're just not the same. You don't even really talk that much and whatever. That's what's happening on our football. Our players are not confident to express themselves and how they should be. And remember, you're an image of how you play football is you're an image of your coach. And that's exactly that. But Frimpong is all about like joy and playing with freedom. Look how it was at Alonso, same thing with Wirtz. And to be fair to the manager last year, that's what he was doing. He was allowing a bit more freedom. The way how we even pressed last year, like the pictures of them in there. But this year, it's just it's bollocks, man. It's bollocks. Absolute bollocks.
And it's not going to change for this the thing. We can talk about next
This
season.
goes
next
back
season,
to the
next
thing that
season.
I told
I want it to
Callum,
change
by the way.
now. I want to be able to enjoy the rest of the season.
Players. You just can't.
I
as
don't
much
know
as-
if you will be able to. That's
as
the
much
thing.
as we want to hold players accountable and all that, like we just can't sell 25 players because if we go through them, if we actually go through player by player, yeah, watch this. I think we should sell Alisson because he's an injury-prone goalkeeper. I think we should
Sam,
sell.
just quickly, is Man United got a better players than Liverpool? But look where they are.
No.
It's like a
No,
prime
they
example.
don't. No, they don't. I'm just
They-
let me just do this with the players just so
Yeah,
people
sorry,
can
bro,
get
go
where
on,
I'm coming from. I'll sell Alisson because Alisson's an injury-prone goalkeeper. I'll sell Frimpong because he hasn't played at right back enough. I'll sell Bradley because he's injury-prone. I'll sell Van Dijk because he's older and he's making mistakes. I'll sell Konate because he makes mistakes. I'll sell Gomez because he's injury-prone. I'll sell McAllister because he's not athletic. I'll sell Gravenberg because he can't pass. Yeah, like I'll sell Salah because he can't dribble past his fullback. I'll sell Gakpo because he can't dribble past his fullback. Like I'm already at like 10 players where we've given a reason for them to be sold. Right there. And for me, that is everything wrong with us right now, which is like Liverpool Football Club are in a position where everyone looks like crap on the football pitch, and it's down to the manager. It's down to the person in charge. That's the truth. Like even as bad as much as I dislike Cody Gakpo this season, the truth is, even he isn't put in a position to succeed. Even he. I understand that Okay, this is how I distribute it. I do think that the players are to blame, but I'm just being logical about it. I'm looking at it from the perspective of like, how much can I blame you before I actually start to look at the manager? Because every game there seems to be like someone somewhere that's like making certain mistakes. And for me, I pointed at a moment. I don't know if you guys remember, but we, after the extra time 6 minutes was announced, Brighton were wasting time and they were winning a throw-in. And all the Liverpool players were just sat there watching. They weren't complaining to the referee. They weren't mad. It's a give up feeling. And Brighton scored twice against us, and Welbeck didn't celebrate like mad at all. And the Brighton fans were doing this in the stadium. They were clapping like they were at the theater or an opera. And that, for me, is the biggest issue. Like, I think until we replace the manager, we will never figure out who's actually good and who's actually shit. Like, if let's say Xabi Alonso comes in or whoever comes in, like manager X comes in, and Florian Wirtz still looks weak on the ball next season and still not creating enough big chances, then we can have a Florian Wirtz conversation. Because then it would be someone sticking out like a sore thumb. As an example, Jurgen Klopp, the year where we challenged for the league and we fell off towards the end. Or Klopp's first season. Even the team looked amazing and Nunes still looked like crap. So we could all objectively say, sell Darwin Nunes. It's the truth. Forget whether you like Nunes or not, it's the reality. The guy still looked like crap, therefore we all said sell Darwin Nunes. Or for the most part, like the logical people, which is 90% of the Liverpool fan base, we said it. And by the way, big up to Jamrock, who actually, funnily enough, me and you never agree, Jamrock, but you were the only one that were getting what I was saying during the whole Van Dijk thing. And even I read your comment where you said it's easier to say that Mo hasn't been his level because of the goals and the assists drying up. But it's not as easy to point out that Van Dijk hasn't been at his level. But the truth is Van Dijk hasn't been at his level either. And that's the thing for me. You have to replace the manager and then assess things. And by the way, we don't know what will happen in the summer.
So you say
for the most part, most Liverpool fans want Mo gone, me included.
So
what if Enrique comes in and wants to play him?
So
what am I supposed to do? Like, Enrique, you're wrong. You shouldn't play him. I don't know what's going to happen with Liverpool's future. I have no idea. What if Xabi Alonso comes in and wants to play him as one of the 10s? I don't know. It's the new manager has to decide these things, you know? So for me, until we get a new manager in and we look at like a new system and new style and a new formation with new players and new ideas, like new motivation. And by the way, some of these players as well, I'm going on a mini rant here almost, but Alexis McAllister is an example. We all complain that he's blowing off steam and that, you know, he's not athletic and blah, blah, blah. There's a World Cup this summer. Again. So it's not like McAllister is going to get some rest or something. Like, there's literally a World Cup this summer. So he's going to play more football again. Salah is finished physically. He has a World Cup this summer. Van Dijk is nowhere near his previous level. He has a World Cup this summer as the Netherlands captain. Which is why, if you want to get Xabi Alonso in the summer, Liverpool Football Club, just hire him now. We can use these next 2 months as a form of preseason where Xabi Alonso can figure out who he wants to use next season or who he doesn't. If your plan is a different plan and you've spoken to Luis Enrique and you've spoken to someone and you're trying to get an agreement with them for the summer, then you do that. You contribute nothing to the conversation. After the last hour and 38 minutes, I've spoken like probably 15 minutes out of them. And you're just sat here spamming, let Cal talk, let Cal talk, let Cal talk. So hold this. Anyway. So as I was saying, so if a new manager comes in right now that you think is going to do better in the summer and he's available right now, just go get him now. And let him have this next month and a half as a preseason for him to figure out who's good and who isn't. So that's it. Because we can't really tell who's actually bad and who's actually good with this current team, because I could legitimately make an argument for 20 players to be sold this summer, except the new ones. The new ones and Szoboszlai, right? New players plus Szoboszlai, keep. Anyone else in the team, I could easily make a reason for them to be sold this season. By the way, Luis Enrique could walk in if he becomes Liverpool manager, and he could go like, okay, I know Callum doesn't rate his passing, but he could go like, okay, I've had Fabian Ruiz, who's not athletic, but he's a very good passer. McAllister, I'm going to use you the same way I used Fabian Ruiz as an example.
He's not a good.
Like, he's a good passer of the football.
He's not a good.
If Enrique needs to make those decisions, he needs to make those decisions. So it really just depends. It just depends on who the manager is. It just depends on so much for the future. So
again, I have to ask the question. As much as I want Enrique or Alonso to come to Liverpool and be their managers in the summer, if we have a bad end to the season, who's to say they even look at us and go, "Yeah, we want to go there"?
Enrique certainly wouldn't.
Who's to say Alonso, brother Alonso? We're not going to be the
Alonso might not. Alonso might not, but there's more chance he'd be willing to.
There's definitely more chance for Alonso.
I think that there's no chance if we don't get Champions League football that Enrique comes to us.
The knock-on effect between now and the end of the season could be catastrophic. I don't think people really deep what's going on.
Oh, I do.
Oh, we all deep it. Trust me.
It's crazy.
We all do. See, Siva, that's your guy. There you go. Here, Callum spoke. He said 2 sentences. Oh, it's going to be bad if we get Europa League. Happy now, Siva? Can you shut the fuck up next time? Anyway. So, I think that even with...
You just swore, Sam, when you said you would.
Yeah, I did just swear. Astaghfirullah. I think with the Europa League thing, I still think Alonso would come in. I agree with you on Enrique. I don't think Enrique comes in. But the reason why I still think Alonso would come in is this could be his chance at a big job again. Like this is the big job he's going to get. Because you look at the options, I think they're very happy with Vincent Kompany at Bayern Munich. Even if he doesn't win the UCL, they're very happy with him. Like the German media and everything. Obviously, Madrid, Barca ain't going to get him. Premier League, like... Who's your real other options? Chelsea, they're not in a better state.
City's the worry. City's the worry in terms of...
Yeah, but City ain't going to go for Xabi Alonso. If anything, City's the worry for Enrique next season.
But you're asking...
Pep's comments in the press
you're asking who's the worry, though,
another season.
You're asking who the worry is. The worry is if Pep goes City. Because it would probably be between... If Enrique isn't available, it would be between Alonso and Maresca. Most likely. So that's the worry. The reason why I think Alonso would pick us, even if we had a year in Europa League, is basically the fact of it's a safe job. He's worked with some of these players before. He knows how to get the best out of them. He's coming into an environment where he's already going to step in with a good degree of standing because of his legacy as a footballer for us. He's going to come in thought of very highly already. Regardless of his managerial career, he's going to come in with a lot of support already. He's worked with Frimpong. He knows how to get the best out of them.
Yeah,
I think it's about as secure a job as he could ask for after the shit show at Madrid.
I agree.
So I could see it's between us and Bayern, and like you said, I don't see Bayern letting Kompany go yet. So if they don't let Kompany
even
go,
if they lose the Champions League, by the way, they're very happy with Kompany anyway. They're very happy with him. German media are very pleased with
Kompany. 100%.
City might come in for Kompany.
They're doing rave reviews, bro. Like the football he plays and the style and the system, and they love Kompany.
I did not like what Cal just said then, because that's the worry. If City get rid of Pep and then they get Kompany, and then Bayern are also without a manager.
No, but I'm not going to conspiracize because Pep Guardiola has basically said that he's going to stay next season.
Where did he say that?
I don't know if
in the press conference where he lost his head two games ago. He was like, "Oh, you want to sack me? You want to sack me?" He's like, "My salary is huge. I have a contract for another year. I have developed an affiliation with Manchester City, just like Bayern, just like Barcelona."
Yeah, but Slot could effectively say the same thing. He would have the same affiliation, but he could say the same things. If you want to sack me, I've got a contract, I'm on money. I don't think that's him making his decision yet. Again, he might well stay. It's just it's going to be a very interesting one. I just don't see why he's still here. Because there's no way he's not hurting the club financially now. And I thought that it would be a dead set the moment he starts to cost the club financially, they'll get rid of him.
Yeah, same. Same. I thought like when the top 4 thing becomes a problem, the only reason you guys want to know the only reason why Slot's in a job, and it's a very
Yeah.
basic reason, by the way. There's actually a legitimate footballing reason. You know the reason why Slot's still in a job is because Chelsea, Villa, and other clubs have been just as bad as Liverpool Football Club. Therefore, after all this, we're somehow still in Champions League positions. That's it. If Chelsea were a bit better and we were in a position where we were 5 points behind, maybe they would have let him go. Anyway, let me just grab these supers before we get out of here. Big up to Jonathan Kramer. Big up to you, who says, by the way, Jamrock, I agree with you. I think Slot is gone in the summer. I'm talking about why he hasn't gone right now, you know? So, and if anyone claims I make empty points, that's because you have an empty brain and you haven't been listening to what I'm saying. I broke down the managerial stuff, the player stuff, Richard Hughes stuff. I've spoken so much regarding Liverpool this season. What a crap weekend. It's all the dollar, is all the money for the set piece fault. My bad. Yeah, I know. Obviously, you lost the final. Commiserations, you know. But we did lose the final last season and win the Premier League. So it's not all said and done. If you crumble in the Premier League, though, that's when we're going to have a conversation. Big up to Billy Barnes, who says, Tom, imagine Elliot, Gomez, and Jones leave. Do you have a registration issue? I remember you did a segment on one of the summer shows, the homegrown.
We potentially have one if a lot of the guys go. So, like, what?
Because I've been speaking about homegrown for years and getting ridiculed for it.
Yeah, I've never ridiculed you for homegrown. I think it's something that people don't understand enough of. Yes, you'd have a bit of a homegrown problem.
Do you know what it is, Carl? I'll be honest.
You lose all your homegrown players. Which is why it's why I think you're going to struggle to get a new right back in the summer, Cal. Because the two right backs you've got are homegrown. So you can't really justify getting rid of them.
Everyone thought like Carl was trying to be like some party people when even from like, I want to say like 2-3 years ago, Carl was like, we got to be careful about homegrown court. And everyone was like, oh, well, why about that later, man? Don't worry about that. And then lo and behold, we might have a homegrown problem.
Insane this. That's another reason why I'm saying Spence, Tom, because he's another homegrown player.
I just think I don't think you're going to see a right back go this summer. I'll be honest. I don't think you're going to see a right back go.
Even when I say I want us to buy Schlotterbeck and I'd promote Owen Beck to the squad, it's not because I'm saying Owen Beck's this generational. I'm saying Kirkin's going to be the starting left back. Schlotterbeck would be my second choice left back. And then Owen Beck would then have to be in the squad as a left back, but also feels in homegrown and he's trained at the club as well. The homegrown situation is a madness right now.
It's crazy, man.
Is that why?
That's why I said we're going to go in for Adam Watson.
He's been so desperate to the minds all of Bajcetic because Bajcetic is homegrown.
It's going to be. No one listens to me. We are going to need some of these players to actually play in the squad because we can't just go out and get a bunch of homegrown players because it's going to cost too much money.
Is the homegrown quota the reason why you want to lap in the summer?
It's going to cost too much money because they're seen as commodities. And
no, Sam, that's dark. That.
What did he say?
Dark, bro.
It's the homegrown thing that you want to lap in the summer.
I didn't hear that. Say that again.
Is the homegrown quota the reason why I wanted the lap in the summer?
It was one of the reasons as well, yeah.
Yes.
Cool, Husam. That's 2 now, Husam. I'll give you that. Cool.
Actually 3 because I played the video.
Uncalled for.
Yeah, because I played the video twice. Big up to Aftab who says Summer, Diomande, Elliot Anderson, Barcola, Honus. I like Diomande, I like Barcola. I don't like Elliot Anderson at all. I think he's very overrated.
I don't get how you don't like him. I thought he was brilliant again.
By the way, out of all those players, the only one we may potentially get if we don't get Champions League is Diomande. And even that's not even a guarantee.
And that's because he's basically publicly saying, come sign me, please.
Yeah, but
we've seen that before.
Love Liverpool in the past and gone to other players. So that wouldn't even.
Yeah, Diomande probably the only one that's kind of more or less guaranteed, more or less. But even then, he might just go Bayern because we're all thinking, well, we'll just sell Gakpo and then somehow we're going to get Olise. But really, truly, Bayern will just be like, no, we'll take Diomande, bro.
Going from Slot to Honus, I don't want different variations of a thought name either as a manager. Can we just get Alonso or Enrique? Like, I don't want play on the words of these manager names, whether it's slot, slut, whatever it is, or what's it gonna be, Hoes or Honus? No, just go and get me Alonso and
In it, Cajonas or things like that. Yeah,
I've had
bro.
enough now, man. I just want to be able to support my team without having to think of the worst all the time. Like.
Yeah. Be honest, are we buying another right back next season?
I don't
I
see
think
it.
there's too much to do. I don't see us buying.
I don't see the club.
The reason
looking
why I
like
don't
that,
see it as well, though, is because for us to buy a right back, we'd have to sell one in reality.
No, the reason why we don't, and I even though I'm not a fan of doing this, but what you do is you make Frimpong a right winger or a utility for the right hand side. You have to make him a backup right winger or.
I mean, Frimpong could be a utility player. Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
but again,
whenever I think of Frimpong right wing,
it comes down to the managers. Because if we get Alonso in and he wants to play the back three,
but he's not a right winger.
then you're not making Frimpong a utility guy. You're making him your main guy in that position.
Yeah, you're making him a right winger.
So it's hard to say. The reason why I think that you probably won't see a right back come in this summer is because you'd probably need to sell one in the club's eyes. They're not going to sell Frimpong yet.
If you get Jed Spence, Conor Bradley becomes the rotation with Jed Spence, and Conor Bradley, unfortunately, because of his injury history, you expect him to be out injured at some point in the season.
Well, the thing is, Cal, Conor Bradley's not going to be fit enough to start the season.
So Frimpong and Jed Spence are your two rotational right backs until Bradley gets back, and then Frimpong becomes your rotational right winger.
Ideally, yeah, but do you see the club doing that? That's my hang up. That's my hang up. I don't, as much as I think that's the logical thing to do, I don't see the club doing that.
The thing that Callum cooked on the most was us needing an extra centre back in the summer. That's the thing by far he cooked on the most.
Yeah.
He cooked on that one.
He did.
You can't just cook the guy. We have to give him credit when he makes good points.
No, we only.
What do you think, Tom?
No, we only need 4. We only need 4.
Also, Ty, Olise does.
Homegrown.
Yeah, he does count. He came through the Chelsea academy, literally.
Yeah,
and
hence another reason why I'm saying get not just the quality, but it just solves 2 issues. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I hear it, bro.
Yes, he's considered a homegrown player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to be honest, Cal? I think the most likely one is that they try and convince Gomez to see out his contract.
But for what reason? What, for him to just be injured and us not play him?
Yeah, effectively. They want him to be the third right back option because they don't want to go out and buy another one.
Yeah. Third.
Do you think Konate and Gomez both go? Is what Billy Barnes is saying.
I do.
I see a world where Konate definitely goes. That's
I think Gomez stays. I think we should be moving Gomez on personally, but I think he stays.
Mm-hmm. I think Gomez is going to end up staying.
So do I. Konate
next season we're gonna be in trouble, boys.
We're already in trouble. That's what I'm saying.
We're already in trouble, bro.
Matt, wouldn't I
yeah, you're right though. You're right. We'll be in trouble
if
again.
we don't make the correct decisions when it comes to the manager and the players we bring in, we are in big trouble.
I've written off this season. I'm writing off next season already. I'm just being real.
It's continuation, isn't it? Because you're asking for such a quick turnaround of Liverpool being absolutely terrible to all of a sudden challenging on all fronts. I don't see that. There's too much work to be done, especially with the hierarchy stuff as well, potentially being another issue, which I do think will happen as well in terms of like Michael Edwards and Richie Hughes, and there's a lot going on, bro. So
I just can't believe we'd spend 400.
So you said I'm ripping off the backbone of the team, and Virgil van Dijk is your argument for me ripping off the whole backbone of the team? Wow.
What I will say, even though Virgil
comment without even thinking what they're commenting about.
Here's the reason why I've said I'm happy keeping Virgil and Salah, because this season's shown that without Salah being at his best, our attack still stinks. But even Virgil's been a level lower than where we'd want from him or expect. He's still been our best defender this season.
Yeah, but that's not what the people on YouTube have been saying all this season.
Well,
just get a dribbling winger and we'll be a lot better.
Yeah, but I mean, we can speak about every YouTuber saying crazy things, innit? I'm just saying how I feel. Like Virgil
or doing crazy things.
Like, yeah. T Diddy.
On goal right there.
T Diddy, bro.
That's crazy.
Like, literally, let's be real about it. Virgil's not the player he once was, but Virgil's still our best centre back, still our best defender, and he's still top 3 to top 5 in the league. You could arguably say he's top 2 still. Like, so I think you can do a lot worse than getting rid of Virgil, in my opinion.
I think we're having the same conversations about Virgil that we had last time we came 5th. and everyone was going, "Oh, he looks a bit washed now. He's making mistakes, yada yada yada." And then you get a better defensive structure with a better rest defense and that all around him. All of a sudden, he return back to his level. I think that a lot of the problems that we've got with players get solved when the structure's a bit better and the tactics are a little bit better.
Here's the issue I've got with Virgil though. Why are we still playing Virgil as much as we're playing him? I've been saying it again, Matt. I've been saying
Bro, because you know why we haven't got this.
We need to have a back players to sit down for.
We haven't got the centre backs, bro. We just don't. So,
well, I got told in the summer you can't go and buy someone to compete with Virgil because
I know.
Let me just I won't say anything else, man. 4 centre backs.
Sam, I would literally take Heitinga as interim. I'm at the stage where I've said this publicly on the Friday show. I would literally take like a YouTuber to be Liverpool manager right now. Honestly, I'm at the stage where I think like bringing Tom Little to be Liverpool manager is better than Arne Slot.
Not with that clip that's out there.
I'll be real, yeah. Been in a lot of trouble though. Been in training either.
FSG don't want to pay off.
Press conference would be interesting, wouldn't he?
I don't know.
Be dark.
You'd have to keep the hands above the desk. FSG don't want to pay off Slot's contract. That's why, is what Ty is saying.
Bro, just pay out the damn you know, sometimes you know what it is? Sometimes you just gotta spend money to get things done. You know, I hate to say it, but like some people are scared to do certain things because it costs. But you'll reap the benefits. You'll understand why.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to spend money to make.
Yeah,
money,
like you might not want to replace something, and you're like, oh, I'm not too sure.
I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's the reason. Though. I don't think it's a money thing.
Yeah, I agree with Callum.
You think they believe in him, innit?
I think it's either believe or they don't believe there's someone available better than him right now.
I think there's another reason.
I
think there's another reason, Callum. But that has nothing to do with belief or money. I think that Richard Hughes is leaving in the summer and they're both just going to go together. That's it.
That's another topic.
The reason why I don't think they're getting in a new manager is because Richard Hughes, in my opinion, has agreed to go to Saudi. And they're basically going to let the new sporting director choose his manager.
Hey, check me out, yeah. This is just me. I know what you want to do this. Klopp as sporting director, Luis Enrique as manager, and Gerrard as assistant.
If you had Luis Enrique as manager, I wouldn't mind Gerrard being the assistant, but I don't think Klopp Klopp sporting director would work because actually one of Klopp's weaknesses is probably his talent ID.
But he's also going to be working with other scouts and all that as well.
But Klopp also would like.
Stop ruining it, bro! Just let me have it.
I'm not gonna let you have it because that's his weakness.
All right, Ralph Ragnick. Shout out to Tony. Ralph Ragnick then.
Nah, he wore a Man United kit. He can.
Yeah, Ralph. That's a tough one.
Why do you want Gerrard as the assistant?
Why don't you like
Gerrard?
Why don't you like Gerrard, Tom?
I'm fine with Gerrard. We remember when I was singing.
You want all these hipster people like Gressend and all these people. You don't want 5 centre backs. But the moment I mention Gerrard, it's an issue. What's the problem?
I just don't see why Enrique would want Gerrard as assistant.
Gressend's
been good for Palace.
Nah, what about the first half of the season?
Unai Emery can't use wingers very well.
Where's your hands, bro? Put your hands up so we can see them.
They're here.
Stop cheating off the super chats.
I'm not even on that screen. I just don't want to be getting clipped up in something mad. I got a reputation.
Yeah, same.
I got children, bro. They go to primary school. I don't want to be.
Be careful, Callum. Don't lean back on your chair too much. Big up to Donna says, Mr. Tom, have you heard what Elijah posted?
You got to stick up for your son. I get it.
Yeah, don't come for my guy Tom like that. No.
You're not doing a very good job as a parent, no, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, he needs to find it. Hey, he needs to find his joy somewhere. It's definitely not going to be Liverpool. Have you heard what Mr. Elijah posted? Who's that? Is that Elijah the Spurs?
No idea.
I don't know. Who is that?
No idea, but I'm sure it's funny.
Yeah, big up Elijah. Big up. Who wins a tug of war? World's strongest man. See, that's actually funny. That's actually a funny joke. Fair. That's actually funny. Ash, I'll give you that. You're funny sometimes. Big up.
Going
Mr.
mad.
Tom, tell us the truth behind the clip.
I have done. I was playing Elden Ring. I look weird while playing a game. It's frustrating me. What can I say? It doesn't matter what the truth is, though, because the mind has been made up for everyone else. So who cares?
The visuals look crazy, Tom.
They do.
Oh, they look mad. I can't lie.
They do.
bro.
I know they do. No, there's nothing to be done about it now.
Boy.
Big up Donna. Akia says, run it, Cal. Nah, Klopp is sporting director with Enrique. Imagine Klopp bringing him like Nunes level players. Bro. Let's not do that, bro, please.
Matt
Big
said
up to
that-
Jamrock. Big up my guy Jamrock. I haven't said big up my guy Jamrock in like 2 years, but he's one of the people that actually listened to my argument. Thank you. Why were you overhyping Van Dijk's season? He's been 2 levels. Yeah, apparently he's top 2 center back. Apparently, I don't know in what world, but
Do you know, I'm not gonna get into
Van
it. You're
Dijk
right.
has literally been Fofana level this season.
No,
Literally.
cool. You're right. You're right, Sam. Let's tear down Virgil because people have been criticizing Salah.
Oh, let's tear down Virgil. Oh, now he's gaslighting. Now you're gaslighting. Why do you keep gaslighting on this topic specifically? Who's tearing him down?
I'm stating the truth.
You tear down Salah then, if I'm
When
gonna
have I
use your
torn down
logic.
Salah? I've stated
You're-
that I'd keep Salah and Virgil. When have I torn him down?
I'm not tearing him down.
Okay.
Me saying he's not a top 2 center back in the league is tearing him down.
I said top 3, top 5, maybe some would say top 2. I never said top 2. I said maybe some would
If
say
you're
top
talking about defenders that have performed better than him this season, or you're talking about general his level, is 2 different conversations.
no,
Because we're
both.
talking about
Can
no,
you
but if
name-
we're talking
can you
about
name-
based on performances this season, the only player that actually is up there in the whole Liverpool team is Szoboszlai. That's it. Compared to others
no,
in the league.
we're talking about
like-
centre backs. We're talking about centre backs.
Yes, and I'm saying when it comes to performances this season, not general Van Dijk conversation, based off his current form and the way that he's currently playing this season, Van Dijk is not a top 5 centre back in the league based on current performance.
Can you name me the top 5 centre backs this season?
We'll do that on Coppers Friday,
Cool, thought so.
inshallah. Okay, we'll do that on Coppers Friday. I'll get you a list of better performing centre backs for their level, for their expectations, for what they've done this season, for their teams, etc. Tom, as a manager, will show them a clip of pressing. He definitely will. He'll press all the right buttons. Hands above the table when you're talking about Gerrard, Cal.
Well played, Mr. T. That is a good one.
Big up, Mr. T.
This
Big
is
up.
madness.
Big up. Yeah, this is like one of the examples that I mean. Like, when we're talking about form versus level, Virgil van Dijk's level is above everyone in the league, but his form isn't. That's my
How
point.
many Forest games have you watched this season?
Enough Forest games. Like, I'm not a Forest connoisseur, but I watch Premier League football. Like,
Because I know a
I'm
Forest fan. Matt, we both know a Forest fan.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Not
know
once,
Wolf.
not once, and that Forest fan is very honest and knows his football. Is older than both of us. Knows his football. Not once
Yeah.
has he said this season.
You
Murillo
can
did
say
better.
Wolfie's name, by the way. He like
No, it's
comes
not
on the-
Wolfie. It's not Wolfie. Someone who's not on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Mhm.
Wolfie. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Murillo has not been better than Virgil this season. That's what I'm saying. Because of Virgil's expectation of being the conquering all worldly centre back, because his levels have dropped, people have gone too far the other way and gone, no, he's just been crap all season. He hasn't been crap all season. Has he
Okay,
been
can I
great?
give you an example of a centre back as an example if we're talking about form? Kusanov. Kusanov is not generally better than Virgil van Dijk. He doesn't have better attributes. But if we're talking
Yeah, I
about
mean-
strictly form, he's been City's best defender in a defense that conceded 5 more goals than Arsenal
He's
only.
probably played right back more than he's played centre back this season.
You
Or
think
centre
Kuznov
back.
has been better than Virgil? Kuznov.
On
Kuznow's
form,
been good, by
guys.
the way.
Guys, when we
Gahey's
say
been
form,
better than Virgil this season. I'll give you Gahey. Gahey's been
I
better.
yeah.
also
Yeah,
it's a
Kusanov.
struggle to say Kusanov when Kusanov like didn't start until the second half of the season.
I get what you're saying, but I'm talking about form and strictly
What-
form.
But we're talking about form
Sure.
of the season. So,
Like,
if
by
we-
the way, this whole like position thing as well. Soboslai's played right back this season.
But
That
it's,
doesn't mean
Sam,
he
it's
hasn't
kind of
been one
hard
the
to
best
it's hard to
players.
compare form if you're doing form of one player when he stepped into the team from say January and then form of a player that done the whole season. It's kind of difficult to kind of
Yeah, I hear you, but when
Yeah,
it
I
comes
mean,
like
yeah.
the position thing, Soboslai this season has played right back. a lot of times. I'm still gonna say he's one of the best midfielders in the league. Like, I just don't think that him. For me, when we're talking about form and we're talking about the player's level, it's two different things. Because form-wise, Van Dijk hasn't been good. That's the thing for me. Like, I don't think on his current performances are that good. You know, so that's my point. Like when you're looking at a Gay, even what you said, Gay, Kusanov. At the end of the day, Manchester City have conceded only 5 goals more than Arsenal and are challenging for the league, and their defense has been solid. So if I look at like Kusanov performances versus Van Dijk performances, I'll probably say Kusanov is in better form this season than Virgil van Dijk. So it's not an insult; it's just the level that he's performing at. That's it. So Tom, is it Tommy Blue or T Diddy? Wow,
That's mental.
Played Crimson Desert yet, Tom?
No.
I don't even know what that game is, and I don't even want to ask.
No, it's just that's a normal game. That's just a normal game. That's a normal game. Normal
game.
Yeah, kind of like Zelda and stuff. Yeah, that's a normal game.
So Kusanov has played 12 games at centre back in the Premier League season.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's hard to compare.
He hasn't started all of them either.
So we're using 12 games to compare to Virgil, who's played a full season.
But when we're talking about form in those 12 games, every time I've watched him at centre back, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, but I think there's been I reckon I could find 12 games of Van Dijk this year, put them together and say that's his form and that's better than Kusanov.
No, but I don't think Van Dijk has had 12 phenomenal games.
I don't think Kusanov's had 12 phenomenal
games. I don't think he had 12 phenomenal games either, though.
Every time Kusanov is on the pitch, he's by far City's best centre back.
Yeah, but just because he's City's best centre back, that doesn't mean say that he's great.
And they've conceded 5 more goals than Arsenal only, by the way.
No, I'm not trying to diminish even like Kusanov on what he's done, but I'd even arguably say when I've watched City, Mark Guehi for me has been the standout centre back. That's just me personally. Yeah, as good as Kusanov has been, whenever I've seen them two paired together, I think they work quite well as well because you've got Guehi who kind of like reads the game better, but then you've got Kusanov who can cover the spaces. If do you know what I mean? That's not me trying to diminish your point. I'm just saying I think Guehi.
The problem I've got there though is if I look at the form when Kusanov plays at centre back and starts at centre back, should I say? So games Kusanov starts at centre back for City this year was a 2-1 loss to Brighton, a 1-1 draw with Brighton, a 2-0 loss to United, a 2-0 win against Wolves, a 2-2 draw with Tottenham, a 2-1 win against us, and a 1-1 draw with West Ham in the Premier League. It's not like when he plays, their defence goes massively up a level either.
First. Again, because of good, you know.
I think he's a very active defender.
Saying, like,
there's a City fan even saying he thinks he's being better. That's fair. Like everyone's gonna have their own opinion, innit? So fair.
But I get Virgil ain't been at the level that we expect, but this notion that he's been crap this season, I can't get my head around. That's what I can't get my head around.
I don't think I've called him crap once in this argument. I'm just talking about his form.
I never said
when we're talking about performances this season, he's not in the top 5 based off form.
Hence why obviously you said you'll do it on Friday, but that's why I'm asking: can you or anyone in the chat name me 5 centre backs who've been better than him this season?
Okay, we'll do that inshallah on Friday. Because the thing is, all these like moments that you talk about in games, we could do the same for Virgil. Like, oh, we lost to Bournemouth 3-2, we lost to this team 3-0 at home, we lost to that team 3-0 away, we lost to this team 4-1, blah blah blah. Like these things, they add up towards a player's form. I legitimately believe if in the form argument, the only player that we can bring up as Liverpool fans as a top 5 player in the league is in his position in the league is Dominic Szoboszlai.
I will say there's a bit of an agenda though, Sam, because Liverpool being terrible and we have conceded goals. There is kind of like a notion now that if we go back, we'll look at it like not all of it has been Virgil's fault. You do realize that, like some of it has genuinely, like there's nothing that he can do, but people will still say, like, oh, he could have done. Bro, there's nothing he could have done. I think people forget how bad we've been, how expansive the team is, and expect Virgil to put out every single fire. You try to put Kusanov for the Liverpool team and see if he cooks. Go on. Even Guehi, see if they cook. They ain't cooking nothing.
Yeah, but now you're having a general conversation, which I don't
but I'm just saying. No, but I'm just saying.
I don't disagree with your general point, but that's on Arne's slot. That's on the manager.
I understand
that's
that.
On the players not being put in the correct position.
But
I'm saying when you're talking top 5 player in the league, you're talking about a player who, in his position, is performing at, for the most part, at least a very good level. And I think the only one that applies to in our team is Szoboszlai in his position. If I'm looking at top 5 midfielders in the league this season, Let's do based off form, yeah, not our opinion or feeling towards the
Yeah,
player.
Sabo's
You
in
probably say Declan Rice is number 1. You probably say number 2 is possibly Zubimendi.
Bruno Fernandes is in there.
Bruno Fernandes, I agree. Now you're gonna go like Soboslai, and it's okay because on form he's been performing August till now for the most part at a very good level.
So if we're doing form thing, but again, form is a little bit of a cop out because how long is the form?
But
Long?
once
Like,
again, it's like,
What about striker though? Because you can say Soboslai is Ekitike not being top 5 in form on striker this year?
Strikers, you would go Haaland.
Yeah.
You go Igor Thiago.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, his form is elite.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, you'd go Joao Pedro, and
Yeah.
Ekitike would probably get in there. Yes, Ekitike and Jokeres would be 4 and
Left
5.
back.
Okay.
Left back, then what we saying on left back on form?
Left back, Kirkes has been performing.
But Husam,
I
you've
don't-
kind of just proved my point. The fact that you're able to reel off the top 5 in those other positions, but you can't for centre back, we've got to wait till Friday, kind of says a lot to me.
No, but if you want to make it like a whole segment, it's just because I want to wrap up the stream.
No,
really,
I
that's
get
it.
it, but you did those like
Yeah, but I can bring up examples like, okay, Sunderland have conceded less goals than us. Okay, Ballard has had very good performances at Sunderland this season, and he's one of the reasons why they're not in a relegation battle. So, what makes Van Dijk's form better than Ballard's form? What? Because his name is not sexy enough, or what?
No, because just because a team concedes less doesn't mean their play's been bad.
I'm
Like,
not saying
Alisson-
it's just because they concede less. Don't change my words. I'm saying he's one of
You-
their
you-
best
you
players
literally
this season.
started off
He's
by
been
saying that.
performing well this season at Sunderland. Ezri Konsa, one of the players performing well at Aston Villa this season. He's been a consistent centre back for them this season. If we're bringing up form, yeah, Konsa. If we're bringing up form, if you watched Aston Villa this season, literally Konsa has carried their defense a lot.
I don't actually think Konsa's been bad at all this season. He has been. I
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
think
think
Konsa's
he's
been
been
very
bad.
good.
I wouldn't say he's been like amazing.
But this is what
I've never said amazing. I'm
I
saying
do think it's an
their
Or even better, all right,
performances
let me
this
rephrase it.
season.
Better than Virgil. I just got
I'm
to be
saying their
honest.
performances this season. Okay, name 5 right
Is it-
wingers better than Salah this season in the league. Go on.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Do you really
do it.
You really want me to? Because
Yeah,
this
go
Not
for
for
it.
them.
turns into from a segment to.
No, I'm not gonna turn it into any segment. It's your opinion. On form this season, who's been a better right winger in the league than
Has
Mo? Go
Shirky
on.
been better? Yes or no?
Okay. Don't switch it to me. I answered the question straight answer. So you answer.
Okay,
straight.
Bob, I
Shirky.
could give you. I could give you.
Jerky, Bowen, Madueke, Pedro.
Madueke.
Yeah, Madueke has been better.
So I'm crazy for bringing up actual good centre backs, but it's okay for you to bring up an Arsenal backup right winger.
What about? All right, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. No, no, no. Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson. Does Semenyo play on the right hand side?
Okay, Harry Wilson and Semenyo
Semenyo?
are actually good shouts. Okay.
Semenyo, does he play on the right hand side? Because he kind of does.
Okay, Semenyo, Harry Wilson,
That's
Shirky,
another
those
one. So
three.
I've still we've gone past 5 already. You know.
No, you haven't. Semenyo, Shirky, Harry Wilson.
That you agree with, Husam.
I mean, would you
Oh,
say?
But you
that's
don't
the
agree with
problem.
Ballard and
Hold on
Konsa
then.
either. So what's the point?
Hold on then. So would you say Esteval?
No, because he hasn't performed this season either. Esteban.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't
No, I'm
tell
just
me,
pulling up
oh,
a
it's
list.
crazy.
So,
And then
I-
the
I-
backup
let me
right
just
winger
go
at
on.
Arsenal. Who's
No,
been
I
bad.
wouldn't include Madueke, but I'd include this.
You realize Madueke is literally one of the flops of the season. Like,
I'd include this Maliasar. I'd include Harry Wilson.
Am I going mad? What about the Everton right winger? Endoy, or is he playing on the left? Am I going crazy?
NDI plays either side, so one
Is he
can either
playing
be
the
playing.
side? But
So-
has he
so
had a
when-
better season than Salah? Yes or no?
Yes.
no.
Yes, he
Yeah,
has.
That's what I'm
Bro,
saying.
I hate
Yeah,
Everton. They are the scum. But let's keep it a buck. You're telling me he has had a better season than Salah? Huh?
No, I don't think he has had a better season. than Salah.
Come on, what are we doing here?
So you see your reaction right there? That's the
You
same
don't believe
reaction
that,
that
Hassan?
when I bring up Kusanov, Ballard, Konsa, you go like, he's better than Virgil? That's crazy. So
No,
when
but
I'm doing the same, why am I the crazy guy?
No, because Kusanov literally has played 12 games this season.
You brought up Madueke, who's a bench player at Arsenal.
Then I moved on from him. I
Alright.
didn't stay on the Madueke point now. I'll be honest with you. That's how I
Uno
moved on.
reverse.
No, it's
No,
not.
but I moved away from that and gave her another player. But you just didn't like the player.
No. I said you started naming off players.
Alright,
You
alright,
said
let's-
Sherky,
Has
Semenyo.
Shirky been better? Shirky and Semenyo have been better. We won't use Madueke because you don't like him. I think the Everton winger Ndoye has been better. I think Harry Wilson has had a better season. So that's
Harry
4.
Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's 4 so far. 4.
Ismail Assar's probably had a better season.
Sarr has not been better. Sar's
there's
had
another
good
one.
games against us only. For
So
the
I'm
most
thinking of all
part,
the
he's
top teams.
trying to
Trying to
cover
reel off
Crystal
think of all
Palace.
the top teams, all
Check
the
this,
winners,
yeah?
and all
Check
the
this.
mates.
You said that Madueke is a backup, which I agree with. Yeah, Madueke's appeared for Arsenal this season a total of 31
And die.
Salah's appeared for Liverpool a total of 34 times this season.
Appearing 31 times, how many are starts, how many off the bench?
Regardless of starts or anything, bro.
No, Habibi. It's not regardless of
Brother,
starts.
you
because
compared who's pretty much
because if
taking-
you play 10 minutes at the end of the game, it's considered an appearance.
So, bro, how are you bringing Kusanov to the table and saying that it's comparable because when you've seen him play, he's been fine. But when I talk about Madueke, who's played a similar amount of games, probably not similar amount of minutes, I'd have to go and check, to Salah, you're saying, he's a backup, so it can't count. Kusanov's a backup as well.
Facts.
Kusanov's not a backup. Kusanov starts for Manchester City.
Oh,
That's the
bro.
difference.
Ruben Diaz, Gavardio, and Gehi. Is Kusanov a starter for Man City?
Ruben Diaz has actually not been the start of the season because he's been dreadful.
He's
So,
been
by the way, I'll tell you an example. Yeah?
With a
This-
calf injury, my
This
brother.
guy
Even
right
from
here says
before.
Gehi, Saliba, Kusanov, Diaz all better. I completely disagree. Diaz has not been better than Van Dijk this season at all.
That's why I didn't mention Diaz because he's been
You
injured.
can't even bring up
He's been
Ruben Diaz.
injured a
Ruben
lot.
Diaz has been dreadful at Man City. So just because someone has a better defensive record doesn't mean that he's automatically better than Van Dijk. Diaz is not better than Van Dijk this season. Diaz has been way worse, as a matter of fact, than Van Dijk. Like Diaz has been bottom tier defender this season. He's made so many mistakes and so many errors. So I disagree with the Diaz shout. So I'm not just agreeing with every centre back you're bringing up, but you can't just tell me Noni Madueke has been better when he's literally a flop and he's a bench player, and you're bringing up appearances when he doesn't even start enough games.
What about Bowen?
And he hasn't.
Bowen?
Can I
Jarrod
finish?
Bowen?
And he hasn't even made the impact off the bench for us to make this claim. What's his impact off the bench? What's his good players? Like you see when Matt mentioned Sherky Semenyo. Let me land, please. When Matt mentioned Sherky Semenyo and Harry Wilson, I didn't even argue it. I didn't even say nothing.
I answered the question.
Yeah, I didn't even argue. Yeah, but you answered the question with a bench player. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's like me going like, oh, Joe Gomez is better than Van Dijk.
Kusanov is a bench player. What are we doing?
Kusanov is not a bench player. Kusanov is a starter at Manchester City.
Kusanov and Madueke played the same amount of minutes this season.
Yes, and one's been injured. Didn't
Yeah,
Kusanov have an injury this season as well?
Yeah, Madueke's also had an injury for the same amount of time. They were injured at the same point in the season.
Okay, fair enough.
When I have a debate, I just ask for consistency. That's it.
Okay, but if we're talking about levels, that part of the argument you completely missed out on, because I said every time I've watched Kusanov, he's been amazing. Every time I've watched Madueke, he hasn't been amazing. He's been
I
crap.
said he's been amazing, but you asked who's been better than Salah this season.
He's been worse than Salah. Then okay, I'll change it. So
I
you
don't agree with that.
The thing is, I don't think Madueke's been better than Salah. There's definitely been 5 wingers better than Salah, but Madueke is not one of them.
Okay, name them then.
And that's fair
Name
to
them.
say. That's why I didn't use him anymore. And I use Bowen instead.
Harry Wilson, 100%, no doubt in my
The
mind.
2 City wingers.
Brian Mbeumo.
Okay,
I
no
I
problem.
didn't even use him. I forgot about him. Yeah, right.
Semenyo.
No problem with Mbeumo. No problem with
Okay.
Semenyo.
Cherky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you say
Bowen.
that? Yeah.
But Bowen plays striker a lot for West Ham as well this season.
They've literally bought 2 strikers in January. So
If you know where he's played this season,
in your words, so Bozlai's played right back a lot this season, and you still have.
So we shouldn't include him in the
You
centre.
just did include him as a great centre.
I would include Bowen in the right wing one.
Yeah, so would I.
Okay.
So Bowen's been better.
And I said the Everton winger as well. Who mainly plays
NDI,
on
I
the
think,
right.
has been better, but Husam doesn't agree with that.
Fair
I think
enough.
Ismail Sarr's been better, but Husam doesn't agree with that.
Sarr
I
hasn't
think
been
you
better.
can-
Sarr's had like 2-3 very good performances. For the most part, he's been below average.
I think there's been 5.
I've watched Sarr away at Old Trafford miss like, and I'm sure you guys watched it because they're
I
in the
didn't
top,
say so. I didn't say so.
they're in a top 4 race with us. I've seen Sarr miss like 3, 4, 5 chances and mess up counterattack after counterattack. Sarr has had the elite performance against us, so we're like, ooh, Ismail Sarr.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Sam. I know.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's just me personally, but I do think there's I'd say the 5 wingers that we just mentioned that have had better seasons than Salah. And these are
Yeah,
the
that's
these
why
are
I don't.
and obviously, if you disagree. We're just saying we feel like these are the players that we believe that have had better seasons. Doesn't mean say that they've been amazing. It's more about they've been
No,
better
I
than
don't
him.
disagree with the 5 units.
Yeah, and again, when we
early
say
in the
this,
league,
we're not
it's
saying
been-
they've
it's
been the
been
coldest.
times
It's
that
more
we
about
need
they've
to
just
have
been better
that.
than him. There's a
And,
difference.
and,
innit?
and there's probably some
And
that,
the
like,
5
on the
centre
cusp-
backs I've brought up, it
And
doesn't
you
mean
feel
that
like,
they're cold.
you feel like it's better than
They've
Van
just
Dijk.
been better than Van Dijk on form
That's how
this
you
season.
feel.
Because just like we can bring up Salah stinkers, we can bring up Van Dijk stinkers.
That's how we
Now
have
the
to
whole-
agree to disagree on this one. That you know what I mean?
That's completely
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
I got a perfect content creation for Tom. Get your coaching license and take some lower league team and then get them promoted. Tom would probably be Tom would probably
that it takes a long time to get a coaching license, let alone get a job at a lower league team.
Gehi, Gabriel, Saliba, Kusanov, Diaz, all better. You sent that? Oh no, you didn't send that
I think
twice.
it's the
I read
same
that
one, I
twice.
think,
My
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, my bad. We should change the argument from has been better to has had more bad poor games. Yeah, because like overall, no way I'm taking Ballard over Van Dijk. Of course I'm not. I'm saying on form this season, he's probably had a lot more very good games than Van Dijk has done. That's it. Why is it always becomes Salah versus Van Dijk? It's not. I never made it Salah versus Van Dijk. I never did. I'm just saying when you say like name 5 better center back, when Callum says top 3 center backs in the league, I personally think that's crazy based on performances. We don't even need to bring up Mo. By the way, they just mentioned 5 wingers better than Mo. I didn't argue. But when you bring up Madueke, for me, that's an agenda. But the other 5, no problem.
An
Wilson,
agenda.
Owen.
Ballard.
Yes.
And
You
Kusanov
brought
played
up
12
a
games.
backup
Do me a
right
favour.
winger.
Do me a
Sunderland were supposed to be in a relegation battle, bro,
Allow it,
with an
man.
unknown manager and unknown
Agenda.
players that were literally like
Agenda.
collected
No,
from
Ballard
all
is
over the
crazy
world.
work though. Ballard is
And
crazy
they've
Agenda.
work.
conceded
I'm
less goals than us, and he's been very good defensively for them.
Agenda.
Ballard
So
To
has
this-
Konsa
to this
for
day-
Aston Villa.
To this day, you can't name me 5 very good games Salah's had this season, but it's an agenda. Leave it, man.
I said it's an agenda that you say Madueke has been better. It is
Okay.
an agenda. Because Madueke is a flop. He hasn't had good games this season, and he's a bench player. That's why even Matt and Tom don't agree
Kusanov
with
with
you.
12 games is a guaranteed start for Man City. In their
No,
best
because Kusanov, even in 12 games, has played at an elite level. Madueke hasn't played at an elite level at all.
season. You mean the Man
Madueke
United
has
game?
had like 2 good games
Man
in an
United
Arsenal.
game, they played the elite level in the Man United game when they should have got smashed.
You
6
keep
or 6.
deflecting. You keep deflecting.
You hold on, no, hold on. You said
You
he
keep
played at an elite level in every.
Do you want to
game.
have the Madueke conversation or the Van Dijk conversation
You
or the
just
Salah
brought up-
conversation? Because you're
Am I
all over
lying?
the place.
Hold on.
You're all over the place. Stick to one argument.
Brother, you just brought up Kusanov. You just brought up Kusanov and said he
No,
played
I
12
brought up
elite games.
Madueke.
No.
you brought up
Go
Kusanov.
back and listen to what you said.
Yeah,
You
I
just
brought up
said
Madueke.
Kusanov's played 12 elite games. So I said, what, you mean the Man United game where he should have got packed in 6 or 7-0? Was that an elite game from him? Or is that moving the goalpost because it doesn't suit the...
No, that's not
agenda?
moving the goalpost. Okay, fair enough. He wasn't elite against Manchester City.
Okay, so it's not 12 then.
Okay, it's not 12 elite games.
Should
For
we
the
not-
most
should we
part,
not
he's
have
performed
12
at an elite level.
So I'm not
Okay,
talking...
that's fine. I misunderstood
No, but
you.
Sam, you're
That's
trying to
fine.
make it seem like Kyle's going mad because when you say
That's what I'm
something,
saying, like, you
yeah,
say
he's just
stuff, you
picking up
don't
what
have
you're
to
saying
back
and he's
the-
responding.
So
but you
choosing
don't
Madueke
like.
is not going mad? Why do you
You
disagree with
chose
it
a
then if
player
he's not
who's
going
played
mad?
12
Matt, you
games
can do
this
this
season.
all you want, but you yourself don't agree with Madueke. So
12
how's me going? How
games.
am I going mad?
You're trying to bring me into this now. I said, regardless of Madueke, I just gave you another winger. I just said Bowen. Me and Tom said Bowen. That's all we said. We just
Yeah,
said
and the
Bowen.
5 you named, I didn't argue with because it's logical and it's fine. Like, obviously, I'm okay with the 5 you guys mentioned.
What
I'm
you're
not
trying to
arguing.
what even if me and Cal differ, what he's trying to say is you're trying to just like downplay Madueke and say he's a bench player, but really and truly, Kusanov is only really coming to the team due to injuries, and he's had injuries himself, and he hasn't played a lot of games. So you could say he is a backup because if Gavardia would normally play, same thing as Saka would normally play, but the difference is though, Madueke has had a better season than Saka. Kusanov
He's played more minutes because he's had to because Saka's been injured, then he would
there
have
you
probably
go.
expected to.
So
Come on, man.
Okay, fair enough.
we got to
I'm
be
just
fair,
disagreeing.
Sam. We have to be fair. We have to be
That's
fair.
fair enough. I'm just disagreeing with the Madueke take. I think Madueke has had like 2 good games all season.
No
He's had that
problem.
one game where he was good, where he
Disagreement's
came on as
fine,
an
but
impact
You
sub.
can't sit there
He
and
had
call
that
me-
good game in the Champions League away at that Belgian side where they won 4-1, where he scored that banger. Outside that, Madueke has been extremely mid. By the way, this is what Madueke does. He comes on, gets past the fullback, and then doesn't do anything. It's the same thing that he did on the final yesterday. I don't know if you guys watched it. He came on, got like past 2 City center players, and literally just gave it straight to Manchester
But,
City.
no, no,
And
what-
hold on,
no, even
wait.
if-
And I hate even to say this, but when Salah plays, he doesn't even get past his fullback.
Okay. How does that make Madueke better than him?
No, but you don't even see what I'm saying here. You're
I
saying
do see what
Madueke
you're
is crap
saying.
because he gets past his fullback and has no end product. I'm not disputing that. I'm not sitting there saying I want Madueke, but he's doing something that our winger's not even doing.
Okay.
So once
I don't
again,
think
it's gotta be
Madueke has been
consistent.
better than Gakpo this season. Forget Salah.
Say again.
I don't think Madueke has been even better than Gakpo this season.
Fair, that's your opinion.
Madueke is a complete flop at Arsenal. We're not going to change the narrative around Madueke. That's the only one I've argued with. You're not going to say Madueke has been better than him. That's mad. We're rating a 5. We're rating a 5 season as a 7 or 8 because we have a lot of mid centre backs in the Premier League. The centre back play in the Premier League has been poor this season. Van Dijk might be top 3 of poor pool.
Still top 3.
I hear it, Jamrock.
This is my point. I never once said the centre back pool is brilliant or the winger pool is brilliant. I've never said any of these things are brilliant. But top 3 is top 3, right? Top 5 is top 5.
But it's easier to bring up. This is the thing. Even Jamrock left a comment last time on Kopish, and I know this is one of the guys as well that you guys always interact with and you respect his opinions. When you look at the wingers, it's a lot easier to bring up stuff like, wingers have performed better because of like GA and stuff like this. Like as an example, Jared Bowen has 8 goals, 6 assists, playing for a struggling West Ham side. So it's easy for us to point out that he's had a better season than Mo, which I don't disagree with. But it becomes more difficult for centre backs because if I say Ballard, who's been Sunderland's best centre back, one of the reasons why they're not in a relegation battle, it's looked at as crazy when I'm simply talking about form. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Guehi, Saliba, Gabriel, Murillo, Ballard, Kusanov. I don't necessarily disagree with anyone on that list based off form only. Cal, if you think Madueke has been better than Salah, why do you even want us to keep him for next season? Great question, Akia.
Because I believe he can go up a level with a better manager. But if we're talking about him this season, again, this is what we're doing. We talk about how they perform this season. Yeah. So when I say a name like Madueke, everyone gets up in their feelings and go, Cal thinks he's better than Salah. No, I don't think he's better than Salah, just like I don't think Bowen's better than Salah. But they've had better seasons, in my opinion. Doesn't mean I want them at the club. Igor Thiago's had a better season than Isak and Ekitike. Does everyone want Igor Thiago ahead of those 2 players? I doubt it. So come on, guys, man. This is a very easy conversation to comprehend, in my opinion. We're talking about
and it's similar for me.
Season.
It's similar for me, just because I think Ballard's been better.
I'm trying to consolidate.
No, David Raya this season has been better than Alisson. I think we can all agree. Are we all still saying that Alisson's top 2 and the best in the world, though? Right? Why?
Yeah.
Because he's better than Raya. But this season, as an isolation, Raya has been better than Alisson. It's not that hard. It really isn't that hard.
Agreed, it ain't.
Okay, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to every single one of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Kopish is in the description. The Sanderson show in the description. Tom Little with the one on YouTube, Insta, Twitter, the Wax is in the description. And the Matt One show as well is in the description. And Drifty TV is in the description as well. So go give them all a subscribe, please. Hit the like button on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. And this is going to take you over to Judge Mo. So see you guys over there. Love you all. And I don't know if I'm going to stream at all this day again. Maybe I'll do something at night, inshallah. I'm unsure yet. But yeah, big up to you guys, man. And yeah, peace out. I would rather Markovic than Madueke. It's crazy. Hey, Markovic had us moved away at Sunderland and then never picked up that form ever again. See you guys later, man. Peace out. I've heard Salah's age brought up so often. So why will he better when he's a year older?
Never brought up his age.
Anyone think players have down tools? Yeah, we did say that earlier on in the stream. I don't think they're really playing for the manager. Anyway, see you guys later, man. Peace out.